Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trecem prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o singură viață. De ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De ale, de ale, de ale, ce ale, 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 nu știu ce să aleg, dar ce ale, 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 ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri, oh, yeah. De ale, de ale, de ale, de ale. Dar ce ale, 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 ale.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu
știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trecem prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o singură viață. De ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De ale, de ale, de ale. Dar ce ale, 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 ale. că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața.
Hi, and welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel ahead of Gaming 13 on Fantasy Premier League. Thanks a lot for joining. A pretty early stream for me, so it's going to be a really long one. Thanks a lot for joining. Hi, Ivan. Hi, Dani Dimitrov, Luca De Gabriel. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining the stream. How are you first? Hopefully you're having a nice weekend already. And yeah, FPL is finally back again. We're going to have a lot of game weeks going thick and fast at the moment, so yeah, a lot to think. Also, Raul, thanks a lot for joining the stream so early. Yeah, I just today's deadline is a little bit later, so I just thought why just not start the stream already and talk with you guys. Maybe we're going to review your teams. Also, we're going to talk about Fritz, triple captaincy, about everything you need to know ahead of Gaming 13. Now, for my team, I'm pretty much locked in, let's say. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do, but yeah. Hi, Steve Doyle. Thanks a lot for joining. Hope you're doing well, Dennis. Yeah, thanks a lot for for the question. Yeah, I'm doing really fine. Enjoying the weekend, enjoying FPL being bad. Not again, as a Liverpool fan, it is not such a bad, it's not the best period, let me say it like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying FPL, I'm enjoying football being back. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. Luca De Gabriel, hi Dennis, do I freight if I already have double city? That's a good question, actually. I mean, again, I'm going to talk a lot about the freight probably today. I talked a lot about chips during this week. If you watch my content, there isn't one gimmick you should say, yeah, this is the gimmick you should use your freight or you should use your triple captain. You have triple Palace, double Bournemouth, Saka, Minte, Njay as well. I made triple captain Haaland just to do Guyu to Thiago or to cover Brentford. So again, more so if you have double City already, you have Minte, you have Njay, you have decent picks. Your team looks pretty much similar to mine. So again, it really depends when do you want to use your freight, right? Because I would advise you to pick the gimmick you want to use your freight and then see when you're going to use your triple captaincy. At least that's how I did. That's how I decided myself what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's move to my team already. So yeah, this is my team. I'm not going to use my freight. Surprise, spoiler alert, I'm going to use my triple captain on Haaland. As you can see, my triple captain chip is active. And yeah, mostly at the moment, my plan is to use my freight in Game Week 16 because I just think that my team is looking better in Game Week 13 than it's going to be in Game Week 16. So that's pretty much why I'm not using the freight in Game Week 13. So, Luca De Gabriel, from what I read from your comment, you have a pretty decent team. You have double Bournemouth, probably Senesi, Semenyo, just like me. You have triple Palace, which is okay against Man United. Again, on a freight, would have I triples from Crystal Palace? Probably not. I would change probably almost my entire team if I would be using my freight. But again, I think that the team looks good on paper for Gaming 13. So yeah, I have Thiago, I have Haaland, I have a pretty decent team. So I just think that this team is looking okay. There's no need for me to use the freight in Gaming 13. And if your team is looking similar to mine, then you might as well just not use the freight. But again, this is just my strategy. You need to see how your team is going to look in the future game weeks and when do you want to use your freight. And then, yeah, if you want to use your triple captain on Erling Haaland, I think that this is a perfectly good opportunity to do it. You could argue that maybe in Game Week 17, when City are going to play against West Ham at home, maybe that's a slightly better fixture to use the triple captain. But I just have we just have this opportunity right in front of us. Haaland was benched; he was rested in the Champions League against Leverkusen, so I might as well just take this opportunity and use my triple captaincy. So yeah, that's pretty much my thought process. Hi, Boy Jewel, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Hi, Dennis, who to pick as my 11 player on Freight currently on 3 Villa, 3 Brentford, 3 City, and Mohamed Salah. So yeah, from what you sent me there, probably I would just pick Gakpo if you can afford him. Again, a lot of people maybe don't want to go for Liverpool players on a free, and that's for good reasons. I understand Liverpool are in a really bad situation at the moment. There's a huge crisis at Liverpool at the moment, but I still think that if I would be using the free, I would go probably for Mohamed Salah and for Gakpo, or for someone like Soboslai if you can't afford Gakpo. So yeah, that's what I would do. 3 Villa, 3 Brentford, 3 City. That's a no-brainer on a free, I think, from my point of view. And then I would just pick 2 players from Liverpool, because other than that, you don't have a lot of other midfielders who are better than Gakpo. Let's say you could go for someone like Njae, you could go for someone like Semenyo, but you might as well just take this opportunity to go a little bit different from the crowd on a free. That's what I would do, at least. Um, I'm on Bruno now, but Gakpo is interesting. Again, I have Bruno in my team, as you can see, for Game Week 13. On a free, I would go without Bruno. That doesn't mean that he's a bad pick. He's never a bad pick. He's a constantly decent pick, Bruno Fernandes. But against Crystal Palace away is just not a fixture I would like to target on a free. Again, if you want to go for Bruno on a free, I don't think that's a problem. I think that he's decent, but probably I would just go for Gakpo slightly. Um, Van Ikvan, my Frit, Pickford, Cash, O'Reilly, Munoz, Mukiele, Salah, Doku, Gakpo, Rogers, Haaland, Thiago. Any change should I made? Again, I made some free drafts for in this week. We're going to do also free draft probably on this stream if anyone is interested. But the thing is, yeah, I really like Cash, O'Reilly, Munoz, Salah, Doku, Gakpo, Rogers, Haaland, Thiago. Really good picks. In goal, probably I would not go for Pickford. I would pick other goalkeeper, honestly, because I think that there's a good chance Everton could concede against Spurs. Now, they could keep a clean sheet, obviously, but I think that on a free, I would not go for Pickford. Uh, you have just 2 players from Aston Villa, so yeah, I would go probably for Martinez in goal. And yeah, that's what I would change. Other slightly changes I would make, again, maybe if I would be free hitting, I would go for Foden over Doku, but that's just my preference. I think that both of them are great on a free hit. I expect both of them to start. Um, you have Munoz again. I'm not sure if I would go for Munoz on a free hit, although I think that he's a great pick and I have him in my team and I'm really happy to have him in my team. But on a free hit, again, I could see Man United scoring against Crystal Palace, and it just doesn't feel great to have a defender on a free hit. You think he's going to concede, but fair enough. Munoz is really attacking. He could get you a goal. He could get you an assist. So I don't mind. I don't mind Munoz on a free hit at all. Raul, you did Senesi to O'Reilly and Stack to Minte. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I thought also about doing Senesi to O'Reilly. Now, I didn't go with that move, so probably I'm just going to leave it as it is, because O'Reilly also rose in price last night, I think. So, yeah, definitely I prefer someone like O'Reilly. Good luck to you, Raul. Hopefully that's going to work out. Minte, again, a really nice pick. I think that we can all agree here. I'm on Bruno now. Hi, Robert, Scrappy. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. And thanks a lot for the nice word. It really means a lot that you like my content, you enjoy watching my videos. It really means a lot. Hopefully, it's also going to be helpful for you. So yeah, thanks again. Thanks again for watching the content. Really appreciate it. Steve LFC, thanks a lot for joining. So, are we not getting any blanks or doubles this season? In the first part of the season, probably we're not going to get any blanks and doubles. That's why everybody's using their free basically in Game Week 13. Um, in the second part of the season, yeah, probably we're going to get some blanks and double gamings. The only way it could happen until Game Week 19 in the first part of the season, it would be for some games to be postponed due to some weather conditions, and that's just unlikely or unpredictable. So yeah, at the moment there are no predicted doubles and blanks in the first part of the season. That's what I can tell you. But yeah, if there are going to be some chances, I'm going to let you know. Steve, hey Denis, hi Danny Dimitrov, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I saw that you are here, thanks a lot. Hopefully you're doing fine. Poeju, thoughts on 4-5 back on Frit? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, on a Frit, we're going to jump and just make a free draft, but I would have 100% Haaland and Thiago on a Frit, so those two strikers are pretty much nailed. And then I would just, I don't know. It depends which players are you going to pick. I would not go for three Brentford defenders, three Aston Villa defenders, and maybe probably I would not go for Senesi on a Frit. So you don't have a lot of good defenders. Maybe you just want to add Munoz. In that case, maybe we're comparing someone like Munoz to Schade from Brentford to a Rogers. And I just think that I would prefer to just go for Rogers, Foden, for a Schade, for a Gakpo, than to go for Munoz. If you get my point. So yeah, I'm not sure. Five at the back, probably. Yeah, no way I would do that on a free. But it could work out. So yeah, who am I to judge, right? Last game week was great. Saka captain turned out better than Haaland, and I will send you my team now, my transfer plans, and my last game week. That's okay, right? Yeah, of course. Send me your team, guys, on Twitter. We're going to check them also. We have a lot of time today to talk about your teams. Hi, y'all. Gakpo or Rogers? Gakpo Rogers. Now, probably a lot of people. If you want to go safe, if you want to play it safe, just go Rogers, because with Rogers, you know that he's going to play 90 minutes. Probably with also Gakpo probably is going to get good minutes, but I think that there's slightly more of a risk there. Now, if I would be freeing, honestly, I would just include both of them, Gakpo or Rogers. But since you're asking me just one of them, probably I would go Rogers on a free. But I really like Gakpo also. I think that he has better underlying data, better statistics. I think that he's just more likely to score goals, Gakpo, than Rogers. But both of them are good. Palace is the second best defense after Arsenal. They have conceded only 3 goals more than Arsenal. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Crystal Palace are a good defense. Now, in the last game weeks, at least from a data perspective, expected goals conceded, they weren't top five. I think they were on 5 or 6 place, something like that, on the best defenses in the Premier League. But yeah, with actually goals conceded, I agree with you. They are the second best defense in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm really happy to have Munoz. Um, Hopefully we can get a clean sheet. But again, I have also Bruno Fernandes, so maybe I want a Bruno Fernandes goal. Maybe I want also Munoz goal. But probably that's too much to ask, right? I'm on triple Villa defense, Nunes and O'Reilly and Collins right now. Okay, so you have Martinez, Cash, maybe a Konsa, maybe a Digne, and Nunez, O'Reilly. Again, with Manchester City, Paul Jule, I just think that I would like to have more attackers for Manchester City in that game. I think that O'Reilly is enough as a defender. I'm not 100% sure Man City are going to keep a clean sheet, but I'm pretty sure they are going to score some goals in this game against Leeds at home. So I would prefer to have more attackers for Manchester City than defenders. That's just my opinion. Hi Lemony Lowy, hi Ahil Sayed, Halusvile, Ryan, Gawan. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. I have 3 Palace defenders on a free, or that's your normal team. I mean, Crystal Palace defenders are really good. I'm not sure if I would have 3 probably on a free or on a normal team, but yeah, good luck to you. Do you believe Palmer will start? From the comments Maresca said about Palmer, he pretty much said that Cole Palmer is ready to go and he's ready to start. Personally, I just don't see the reason to rush Palmer from the start against Chelsea in the toughest game you can have this season. So personally, I think that he's going to be involved in the game, but I just don't think that he's going to start. But who knows? Again, I just don't think that we should rush to sell to buy Palmer anyway against Arsenal. So yeah, Palmer is one to monitor for sure. Hi Harlesville. Hi bro, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks a lot for asking. Is Semenyo fit to play? I would say yes. Again, there are some doubts, maybe 10% about Semenyo. From the comments, from Iraola, I think that Semenyo is going to start, but that's just my opinion. Last game week also, I thought that Semenyo was going to start and he didn't. Yeah, I just think that he trained this week, and I think that if Semenyo is trained and he's fit, I think that he's going to start. So I'm going to take that gamble for Semenyo to start. Hi, Senesi or Tarkovsky, also Njay or Enzo. On a free, Ryan, yeah, I'm not sure if that's on a free, but Senesi or Tarkovsky, I would play Senesi for sure against Sunderland. And with Njay or Enzo, I would start Njay. I would start Njay ahead of Enzo, I think. Yeah, for sure. Do you think with only a few game weeks left until the AFCON 5 transfers, if we have some spare transfers, it's a good time to tweaks to do tweaks even if not necessary? I mean, I don't really understand your question, Danny Dimitrov. So we need to use all of our transfers before gaming 15. If you want to take some punts before you're going to get those 5 free transfers, that's perfectly fine. I would just not take too many because you don't want to use all your 5 free transfers in gaming 16 in one go. At least that I don't want to use them, all of them. Um but if you want to make some punts, if you want to buy someone like O'Reilly, if you want to buy someone like Foden, if you, I don't know, want to buy someone like Gakpo and just sell them after gaming 16, that's perfectly fine. O'Reilly and Nunes will be as attacking as the mids against low block, I think. Okay, yeah. Again, if you want to go for triple city defense, that's perfectly fine, or double city defense, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind it. I just think that I would rather go for someone like Foden than for someone like Nunes, but that's just my opinion, and it doesn't mean that I'm right. Palmer on free, yeah, no, no. I would not go for Palmer on a free. There's too much risk attached to that. We don't know if he's going to start. Even if Palmer is going to start, he's not going to play 90 minutes. I'm pretty sure about that. He's going to be on penalties, but they are going to play against Chelsea, which is the toughest fixture they're going to get all season. I can see Chelsea scoring against Arsenal for sure. I can see that, but I don't think that they're going to score loads of goals against Arsenal. Hear me out, triple captain Thiago. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I mean, as you can see from the screen, Thiago is my second. He's my vice captain. So if Haaland somehow is going to miss, I'm going to have triple captain Thiago against Burnley. Now, yeah, I'm not going to do that. When we have Haaland rested and ready to go at home playing against Leeds, there's no way I'm going to captain Thiago. I may captain the Mateta in the last two game weeks ahead of Erling Haaland, but I'm not going to captain Thiago in this game week against Haaland. So yeah, no way that's going to happen. Um, let's see some of your teams. I'm not sure if you send me some teams. Uh, uh, uh. So if you guys want to send me a screenshot of your team, you can do it here, or you can DM me, or yeah, you can just write it in the chat if you don't want to send a photo. Um, so Danny Dimitrov, where it is. Yeah, you just send me a team. I'm considering Enzo and Virgil van Dijk out for Mbeumo and O'Reilly as I have some spare transfers. You have, yeah, I don't see how many free transfers do you have because it says 0 here. Great score also, last gaming 79 points for you. This is so Virgil van Dijk to you have two free transfers, okay, and you want to use them to sell Van Dijk to O'Reilly and Enzo for Mbeumo. Again, selling Van Dijk for O'Reilly, fair enough. If you want to do that, I don't mind it. I just think that we should not rush too much to sell Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, if you want to sell him, totally understand. I much rather prefer having O'Reilly. But again, I think that Van Dijk is also fine to keep. Enzo Tumbeumo, yeah, I like the transfer. I think that's perfectly fine. Again, Crystal Palace away is not the best fixture. I don't think that this is the best entry point for someone like Tumbeumo, but you're going to have him for the next few fixtures, so that's perfectly fine. Danny Dimitrov. Um, hold Caicedo or sell. It really depends how much money you have in the bank, Yol, and yeah, which players you want to buy. Caicedo, again, he's just as good as he was in the beginning of the season. He's not going to get you a goal every game. He's just a budget player, pretty much, Caicedo. And also against Arsenal, probably he's going to get defensive contributions. He's going to get a minimum of 3-4 points. So again, if you want to keep him, that's perfectly fine. If you want to sell Caicedo to someone like Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest, I also like that possibility. I think that he's probably better with better fixtures. But yeah, it's not a rush to sell Caicedo anyway. Okay, got to go now. Good luck, Dennis. Thanks a lot, Poyjul, for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Um, and good luck also to you. My team playing 11 is Raya, Richards, Van Dijk, Senesi, Elliot Anderson, Salah, Haaland, Thiago Mateta, Sar, Semenyo. Yeah, that's a really good team. You still have Mohamed Salah, so good luck to you. He's a huge differential at the moment, so hopefully for anyone who still has Mohamed Salah, hopefully he's going to do something and help you. Haaland, Thiago Mateta, Sar, and Semenyo. Yeah. Yeah, I really like your team. If you're asking me if you should use your fleet or not, I think that your team is perfectly fine. So yeah, I don't mind it. I think that's okay. It's an okay team. And also you have Mohamed Salah, so maybe not worth for you to use the fleet. Okay, so let's try to do a free draft, right? Because probably a lot of people are going to be interested in that. Um, just a second. This is my team, by the way, you see on the screen. Um, yeah, so let's make a free draft. I made a lot of free drafts this week, so I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove all of my players. And yeah, Haaland and Thiago would be also on my feet if I would be using the cheap. I would go for Mohamed Salah from Liverpool. I would go for Gakpo. This is just my opinion, guys. So again, you don't need to pick these players because I'm picking them. Probably you thought more about the fleet than me anyway. So yeah, in defense, I would go for O'Reilly from Manchester City. I would go for Cash. And I would go for Van den Berg. Probably this would be my defense on a fleet. Probably also Martinez in goal. Rogers, so this is my triple up for Aston Villa. I don't think that I would go for Watkins. Malan could be a nice differential, but I just don't think that I would go for him just because I'm not sure if he's going to start, and even if he's going to start, he could get an early substitution. So yeah, I would not risk that on a free. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I still have Gabriel. Shall I sell him to another Arsenal defender or Virgil van Dijk or some other defender? Now, probably if you still have Gabriel, everybody sold him for Van Dijk last game. Probably at the moment I don't think that I would go for Virgil van Dijk because the situation at Liverpool is just really unpredictable at the moment. So I think that the best thing you should do, I'm not sure which chips do you have, how's your strategy going for, but probably selling to another Arsenal defender is the best thing to do. If you don't want to do that now, against Chelsea, you can just sell him next game week if you can afford it. And probably I would just sell him to Timber if you don't own already. Munoz, Timber, these are pretty much the defenders I would go for. if you want to sell Gabriel at the moment. Or if you want to go for a cheaper one, you could go for someone like Van de Berg, you could go for someone like Anderson, Richards, but probably I would want to have some Arsenal defenders. So yeah, that would be the most logical thing to do. Um, okay, so let's finish this free draft. I would have Guyu probably. I don't think that I would go with three strikers, so that's why you're going to see Guyu. Shade would be on my free 100%. If we make the transfers, also I would sell Reindeers to Foden. Probably this would be my free draft if I would be using the chip. I have 0.7 millions in the bank, so if you want, you could go here for Collins, who's better for defensive contributions, not that good for attacking threat, but yeah, just pick your fighters. So Collins, Shade, Thiago from Brentford, O'Reilly, Foden, Haaland for City. For me, it's pretty easy. This is what I would do. On a free, Cash, Martinez, Rogers, Gakpo, Mohamed Salah. So yeah, if you want to add someone like Munoz, you could, I don't know, go for Dango instead of Gakpo and upgrade Collins to Munoz. That could also work out, but triple Brentford attack against Burnley, again, it could go okay, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be that appealing. Um, yeah, we're going to also take a look at some information from the press conferences. This is a free how I would go if I would be using the chip for gaming 13. I'm going to leave it here if anyone is going to jump in earlier. Okay, so Orange Apple, thanks a lot for joining. Also, Dennis, potentially selling Van Dijk is because I want to free up money for an Enzo upgrade, and just don't see a better player to downgrade so that I can get the funds for Enzo, Tumbeumo, or Bruno. Okay, so that makes more sense, Danny Dimitrov. Then yeah, I thought you had enough money to go from Enzo to Mbeumo, but fair enough, you need to downgrade someone. And yeah, from your team, the only one you can downgrade is Virgil van Dijk, because selling Senesi to a 4.5 million defender is not going to help you that much. So yeah, if you really want to go for Mbeumo, although I would try to argue here that this is not the gaming, I think, to buy Mbeumo. Now maybe that sounds crazy, maybe I'm wrong here, but Crystal Palace away, if you really want to buy Mbeumo, probably I would buy him next gaming. But also that's going to approach also the time when he's going to go to AFCON. So at some point you need to sell him again. If you think that Mbeumo is good also for this gaming, I don't mind buying him right now. I think that definitely he's better than Enzo. And selling Van Dijk to O'Reilly, yeah, I much rather prefer having O'Reilly than Van Dijk for sure at the moment for this gaming in particular. Also, remember guys, West Ham are not defending amazing. They didn't defend amazing this season. Talking about the set pieces, so I could see a goal for Virgil van Dijk in this fixture, and would be really totally FPL for Virgil van Dijk to score a bullet header after everyone is going to get him out on a free hit. Hi Dennis, how are you? Hi Emery Farm, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I'm really fine. Thanks a lot for asking. Hopefully you're doing the same. And thanks also for joining. Orange Apple, thanks a lot for joining. Doku and Cash or O'Reilly and Shade already have Foden and Thiago. Doku and Cash or O'Reilly and Shade. Or O'Reilly and Shade. As you can see from the screen, this is also the picks I picked. If you have Foden, I think that O'Reilly is one of the most exciting players to have on a free hit in Gaming 13, so I would 100% have him. I think that he's going to start. I think that he's going to get good minutes, good chance of a clean sheet, good chance of some attacking returns. I wish I had him in my team, honestly, so I would go for O'Reilly for the option with O'Reilly anyway. So yeah, that's O'Reilly and Shade. Also, I think that I would go for Shade instead of Doku probably anyway. What is your opinion about Palmer is back for the derby? Yeah, we talked a little bit about Palmer. I think that he's back. Now, my personal opinion is that I just don't see a good reason for Chelsea, for Maresca to rush Palmer in as a starter against Arsenal. But as he said in his press conference, Palmer, it's looking like he's back available and he's ready to start. But I just don't think that he's going to be rushed. So again, with Palmer, no interest for me at the moment. At least they're going to play against Arsenal. I don't think that this is a good fixture to buy Palmer anyway. But he's one to monitor for sure in the future. Which two would you pick on free? Hi, Akim Phillips. Thanks a lot for joining. Sar and Calafiori or Munoz and Saka? So on a free I would go for Munoz and Saka for sure. Yeah, I mean, but both of those players are much more expensive than Sar and Calafiori. So yeah, I think that Munoz is better than Calafiori, and I think that Saka is better than Sar. So yeah, I would just pick Munoz and Saka for sure. Hi Lewis White, thanks a lot for joining. On a free hit, would you go for Foden, Gakpo, Thiago, or Isak, Barnes, and Cherky? I mean, you have pretty much the answer in on the screen. As you can see, this is a free draft I made for you guys. Foden, Gakpo, Thiago are in my free draft. Isak, Barnes, and Cherky. Again, if you want to go super different, although I think that Foden, Gakpo also are not, their ownership is not that high. Yeah, Isak, Barnes, and Cherky. I would go for Foden. That's what I would do on a free. But I think that if you don't want to go for Foden, I think that I would go for Cherky instead of Doku, because I think that he's more likely to get a goal or something, and I think that he's going to start. Barnes, I just think that I would avoid. Another people ask me also today on a video of mine if I would go for Barnes. I would just think that I would go for Gakpo. Uh, Barnes should start, right? Barnes probably is going to start against Everton, but you're just never going to be sure. Voltemar for sure is going to start for Newcastle, and it's between Gordon and Barnes. His minutes are just not going to be great, I think, against Everton, and also the fixture is not that amazing against Everton. We saw how good they were against Man United, so I just prefer to go for Shade, for a Foden, for a Cherky, for a Gakpo instead of going for Barnes, because on a free hit, although you want to go different, you don't want to take too many risks. And going for Barnes, I think that it is a risk, but fair enough. If you want to go for him, if he's going to get good minutes, I think that he's a fantastic pick. And Alexander Isak, again, I'm a Liverpool fan. I think that he's going to start. He was also benched in the Champions League. Ekitike is a doubt for this gaming. So again, could Alexander Isak score 2 goals against West Ham? Yeah, I don't think that anyone would be surprised if that's going to happen. But I think that he's just too much money on a free hit, honestly. So yeah, I would rather go for Mohamed Salah or for Gakpo. than going for Alexander Isak, because also his minutes maybe are not going to be that good again. He's not on penalties. He's really expecting. He's really expensive. I think that I would just avoid Alexander Isak. But again, if you wanna go super different, all those three players could be really great. Lewis White. Do you prefer Collins or Cash this week? Uh, I think that I prefer Cash this week because I want to go for the upside. I think that Cash obviously is more likely to get you a goal, to get you an attacking return than Collins. The fixture is great against Wolverhampton. Yeah, I prefer, if I need to pick just one of them, I would go for Cash. Also, I think that Aston Villa are slightly a better defense than Brentford, so yeah. If Palmer starts, who do you think will get replaced by him? That's a really interesting question, Emery Fam. Honestly, I didn't thought too much about that. Uh, yeah, at the moment they have, let's say, João Pedro, who's going to start as a striker. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, definitely those two are going to start in midfield. And then I think that is going to be something like Neto, Cole Palmer in the number 10 or on the right, and someone like Estevao. So yeah, I'm not sure which player he replaced, but I think that that's how they're going to line up probably. Is O'Reilly the best defender under 5 millions? Now he's 5.1, I think. So um, I think Lacroix might be better, but I already have 3 Palace. O'Reilly, right now, he has a lot of hype around him because he was rested in the Champions League. Could we guarantee that O'Reilly is going to start the next 5 fixtures? Of course not. And I really think that he's not going to start the next 5 gamings, but that's okay. You don't need him to start all the games. If he's going to start most of them, I think that he's great. I think that Lacroix is better probably if we're comparing the two of them. I think that he's more safe. He's more likely to get you defensive contributions, maybe a lot of clean sheets. Also, Crystal Palace are going to get just like Man City, but O'Reilly is really attacking, so that's what makes him a really interesting pick from my point of view. Uh, is he better than Lacroix? Probably not in the long run, but for a punt, I think that he's great. Also, Injury is going to go to AFCON, so his minutes, at least we expect O'Reilly's minutes to get better in the future. So yeah, I really like O'Reilly, honestly, but again, you just can't guarantee the minutes of any Man City player. At the moment, we have this impression that O'Reilly is a starter for Man City and he's going to start all the games going forward, but probably that's not going to happen. And yeah, I can't just guarantee you that. With Lacroix, you know that he's going to start all the games pretty much. What do you think about Liverpool and Man City current performance right now? 2 straight lose games. Again, I would not try to compare Man City with Liverpool because Man City are in a much better place, I think, than Liverpool. And although that pains me to say it, yeah, they are in a better place. They rotated all their squad against Leverkusen and they lost, but they lost to a pretty good team, better than PSV anyway. Liverpool played their strongest 11 pretty much at home at Anfield against PSV and lost 4-1. So Liverpool are in a much worse place than Man City at the moment. So yeah, hopefully Man City are going to bounce back in terms of FPL, and they're going to do that today against Leeds. So yeah, I really hope that Haaland is going to do something. Hopefully, it's going to be enough for me to gain some rank, right? Um, Hello, I have hi Adam Ferex. Thanks a lot, Packers. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. You have Saka, Sarminte, and Belmo Gakpo in midfield. Would you buy Foden? Not on a free. Thank you. No, I would not buy Foden. No. Adam, because your team is looking great. You have Saka. I mean, who are you going to sell to buy Foden? You're not going to sell Saka. You're not going to sell Minte. You're not going to sell Mbeumo. And again, if you have Gakpo, you could argue that Gakpo is a better pick than Foden, honestly, this game week. And if Gakpo is going to outscore Foden, I don't think that anyone would be surprised. So I would not sell Gakpo. At least this game week, I think that is good chance. There's a good chance because Wirtz is a doubt, Ekitike is a doubt. I think that's a good chance of Gakpo starting. So I would not sell him this game week at least. And then you have Sar, who is going to play against Man United and then is going to play against Burnley. So I would not buy Foden. Adam, that's what I would do with your team. I think that your midfielders are pretty decent, honestly. So, as I told you earlier, Palmer is going to be my captain in Game Week 16 free. Yeah, hopefully he's going to get good minutes till that. And yeah, Palmer is going to be a really interesting pick on a free. And yeah, I'm going to have him on a free in Game Week 16. Maybe also I'm going to go against Erling Haaland, who's going to play against Crystal Palace. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen till Game Week 16. And yeah, I mean, Saka is also going to play against Wolverhampton at home, I think, in that fixture. So let's see, it's going to be between Saka and Palmer for the captaincy in Game Week 16, I think. If somehow Liverpool are going to turn it up, also maybe Salah is going to be a consideration, but it's too early to talk about Game Week 16, I think. Hi XTI 2020, thanks a lot for joining. 26 people on the live stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Thanks a lot for the amazing support. Leave a like also on this stream if you enjoy this content. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would be really much appreciated and it really means a lot. How are you, brother? I'm fine. Thanks for the question. I'm using my free too. Only need to care about 3 matches. Yeah. I mean, the free in Game Week 13 could go amazingly or it could go totally wrong, right? Hopefully it's going to be okay for you guys, but for my own sake, hopefully my triple captain Haaland is going to be enough to stop that. Chelsea 2-1, Arsenal, City 3-0, Leeds, Spurs 1-1. Hi Nick Fadley, also thanks a lot for joining the stream. So yeah, it would be amazing for me for Chelsea to win against Arsenal 2-1. City to scored 3-0 against Leeds. Yeah, definitely possible. Palace United 1-2. At the moment, I think that Crystal Palace are favorites in that game against Man United, but who knows? I totally think that Man United can score some goals in that game. West Ham 1-0 Liverpool. Hopefully that's not going to happen, Nick. Yeah, I just don't see. I just can't see Liverpool losing another game. If that's going to happen, probably Arne Slot is going to go. Is going to get the sack. I just can't see West Ham beating Liverpool 1-0, but yeah, it could happen, right? If we take into consideration the form Liverpool are in at the moment. Villa 2-0 Wolves, yeah, perfectly reasonable. Chandri, Balю, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Your team is Raya, Munoz, Guardiol, Mukiele, Fernandez, Paqueta, Bruno, Rice, Mateta, Thiago, Haaland triple captain. Thoughts? Mukiele against Bournemouth, Paqueta against Liverpool. Yeah, I think that if you had the free it available, I think that I would use it for your team because your team is okay. It's not something bad, but I would, on a free, for an example, I would try to avoid Raya, maybe Munoz, maybe Mukiele for sure, Fernandez, Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes, and Rice probably, and Mateta. So I would avoid all those players on a free. But yeah, if you want to use your triple captain on Haaland, that's perfectly fine. Chandri Balyu, so good luck with you. The team looks okay. Mukiele against Bournemouth, I don't really like that position. Obviously, Raya against Chelsea. Yeah, so you don't have the free. Okay, fair enough. In that case, Paqueta against Liverpool. Who knows? If you think that I don't know West Ham are going to beat Liverpool that bad, then yeah, he could be a great option. But I would never try to target West Ham players against Liverpool. Still, I don't think that Paqueta is the best pick. How do you feel about a punt on Richarlison on a free? Yeah, I would not go there. Again, he could start, he could be benched, he could be rested. His minutes could be bad. So I would just not take that risk on a free, honestly. Akim Phillips. Thomas Otto, what about Barnes? Free? Yeah, a lot of people asking me about Barnes this morning also. I just don't think that I would take that risk on a free. because I'm just not sure if he's going to start, honestly. Would anyone be surprised if Gordon is going to start on the left, Voltemart on the right, and Murphy or Elanga on the right? I don't think that anyone would be surprised. It could happen. Now, again, I'm expecting Barnes to keep his place because he played great. He played amazingly in the last 3-4 gamings. But now Gordon is back, and his minutes I just don't think that are going to be great. Now, I could be wrong here. If he's going to get good minutes, I think that he's a great option on a free. But since I can't guarantee it, I just I just don't think that I would go personally for Barnes. But if you want to go there, good luck to you. Hopefully he's going to start and hopefully he's going to get good minutes. Is this your final team? Yeah, I think that this is my final team. I have one free transfer, but uh, I think that I'm not going to use it since Munoz and Senesi, the two defenders in my team, are both on 4 yellow cards. I want to have 2 free transfers next game in case some of them is going to get a yellow card. I thought about selling Senesi to O'Reilly, but at the end of the day, I didn't go through with that move. So I think that's fine. I think that's just fine. And uh, me selling Senesi to O'Reilly, it just feels a little bit like trying to catch the free hitters, which is fine. I think that O'Reilly is a much better defender to have than Senesi, but also I think that this fixture is not that bad. Sunderland away, he is okay for defensive contributions. That's a decent chance of keeping a clean sheet, although Bournemouth were really bad in the last few gamings. They conceded a lot of chances, so yeah, this is my final team probably. We have maybe we're going to get some leaks. Bournemouth, Man City are playing in the first kickoff, so if Semenyo is out or something like that, I'm just going to sell him probably. If Reinders is going to start and Senesi is not going to start, maybe I'm just going to play Reinders. So who knows? Let's see if we get some leaks about Man City. Oh, I just saw O'Reilly is now 5.1 million, so I can't get him because then the funds aren't enough. Yeah, he rised in price. O'Reilly, um, and I prefer Bruno over Mbeumo. Any good defenders under 5 millions I can get in for Van Dijk? I mean, let me just take a look. Out of my mind, Lacroix is 5 millions, so if you can afford him, probably he's the best 5 million defender, honestly. Lacroix. Keane from Everton is okay. Richard is okay. Anderson from Fulham is okay, but the next 2 fixtures are not great. Yeah, other than that, Van de Berg could be a nice option at 4.5 millions. Van Heck also from Brighton. I think that he's nice at 4.4. So yeah, pretty much these are the defenders to pick from at the moment, at least. If you would sell Van Dijk, who would you buy other than an Arsenal defender? I would buy O'Reilly. If you ask me this game week, I thought about buying O'Reilly, so probably he would be one to buy. Now, again, that's also because he works really fine with my strategy of rating in game week 16. That's where when Man City are going to play against Crystal Palace away, so he works really fine with me. Again, so probably it would be an Arsenal defender or someone like O'Reilly. But honestly, with you guys, I'm not sure if you saw what I'm doing at the moment. I'm betting against Arsenal defenders, and I'm tempted also to not buy Arsenal defenders, I don't know, until game week 15 or something like that, after they're going to play against Aston Villa. But again, maybe next game week I'm going to buy an Arsenal defender. So let's see how that's going to go. Against Chelsea, there's not a rush to buy Arsenal defenders. I would not recommend anyone to buy them because I just think that's not the feature you want your Arsenal defenders to play in. So yeah, probably it would be O'Reilly, uh, O'Reilly, or someone like Timber. Or if I want to double up on Crystal Palace, because that also works fine with me free hitting game week 16, someone like Lacroix could be an option instead of Van Dijk, I think. Someone like Richard, someone like Anderson. These are my options at the moment. A Sunderland defender at some point maybe is going to be interesting, but not right now. Palmer is going to be a great differential captain in free gaming 16 in my opinion. Yeah, probably. It all depends how he's going to play till gaming 16. If he's going to score some goals, if he's going to get good minutes, then a lot of people maybe are going to try to buy Palmer into their teams. But I agree with you, Raul. He's going to be a huge differential in gaming 16. So yeah. Can you run a poll for fun, free or triple captain? Yeah, for sure. I forgot about making a poll. I can tell you the answer of this poll. More people are going to use their free than using the triple captain, and that's fair enough. Hey, bro. Hi, Christian. Kolov, thanks a lot for joining. 26 people on this live stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. If you're new around this channel, if you enjoyed this stream, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. If you just discovered it, and thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, if you want me to rate your team, you can send it on Twitter. You have the links into my description, and we can take a look at your team on screen. So you don't have this. My bench is Dubravka, Caicedo, Senesi, Richards. I would play Senesi, Chandri, Balю, and probably, let me just see your team. I would play Senesi instead of Mukiele, I think, and maybe even, yeah, Senesi instead of Mukiele, I think. Chandri, Balyu. I have 3 Palace already. Maybe I should do Keane from Everton. Keane is interesting. Now, in Gaming 13 is not such a good fixture. They're going to play against Tottenham, so... But yeah, he's great. He has a great attacking threat, and he's also decent for defensive contribution, so I don't mind Keane at all. I think that he's okay. We just don't know when Braithwaite is going to be back, but probably you still have a lot of time of Keane before Braithwaite is going to be back training again. Hi Hamza Abbas, thanks a lot for joining. Should I bench Mateta or Sar? That's a tough question. Mateta or Sar? I think that I would, honestly, I think that I would bench Sar and play Mateta. But again, if you have some doubts around Mateta, if you don't think that he's going to play good minutes, if you don't think that he's going to play 60 minutes again, then just play Sar for the safety. But Mateta being on penalties, just nails it for me. I think that I would play Mateta. I would try to find a way to play both of them, honestly. If you have both of them, Hamza. Hi Radu Gavriluță also. Thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look also at your team. Yeah, okay. So this is your team. You have 2.4 million in the bank. I'm not sure if you made already your transfers, but O'Reilly, Munoz, Senesi, Semenyo. Yeah, I would again probably going to keep Bowen at the moment against Liverpool. Maybe he's going to do something. Enzo Fernandez is a player I would look to sell. Again, you can bench him from Welbeck for Welbeck probably, and this is how I would play. Yeah, with your team. I'm thinking of selling Enzo, but I don't know who to buy. Yeah, fair enough. There aren't a lot of good midfielders to buy at the moment who are also decent long term. Yeah, you could go for Acuna. I mean, not for Acuna, right? He's going to miss gaming 13, but he's going to be back for 14. I think that I would just delay the move until gaming 14, where we're going to get more information. So yeah. Other than that, your team looks great. Also, guys, if you join the stream later, this is something of a free draft I would use if I would be using the chip. So yeah, selling Enzo, but I don't know who to buy. I'm not sure if you have a Minte. Probably I would be also looking to buy Minte, but for your team at the moment, you have Welbeck at least for Brighton. Who are you going to bench? Are you going to bench Eze for Minte? Maybe not, right? So yeah, maybe you can delay this decision till game week 14. Hi Leox, thanks a lot for joining. However I just want good fixtures and I have 3 good starting defenders, but yeah. Finally I have to decide, so Van Dijk and Enzo out for 1. O'Reilly and Belmo, Keane and Bruno. I think that, again, if you don't want to go for Mbeumo because he's going to go to AFCON, then I would just go for Keane and Bruno Fernandes. But I really like also O'Reilly and Mbeumo, honestly. I think that they are better for the next 3-4 game weeks, O'Reilly and Mbeumo, but long term, probably Keane and Bruno Fernandes are better. So it really depends how you want to play it. If you want to play it safe, just go Bruno and Keane. Hi Leox, thanks a lot for joining. I have 2 free transfers, 1 use. So if I use free, what happens? 1 transfer next game week. No, if you're going to use the free, the transfer made is going to be cancelled. So you're going to have 2 free transfers next game week. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you made 1 free transfer. As soon as you're going to activate, the free chip is going to reset all your free transfers. So if you had 2 free transfers before activating, and then you're going to activate the free, you're still going to have 2 free transfers. Next gaming, so yeah. Hi, Ian K, thanks a lot for joining. Benching dilemma, I have Senesi, Gay, Timber, Virgil, and Rodon. Looking to play 3 at the back. Have just joined your league. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for joining the league. Really appreciate it. Really good to see you here. Looking to play 3 at the back. So I would play Senesi, Van Dijk, and I think that I would play Senesi, Gay, and Timber. Virgil van Dijk and Senesi for sure I would play them in Cade, and it's between Gay and Timber for me. So both of them are really close. Both of them could concede. Gay is better for defensive contribution, so probably I would go for Gay, but yeah, it's not such a big difference. Hamza, Aban, Rogers, Doku, Foden, Shade. Shade is on 4 yellow cards. Radu, I think that I would go for Foden if you want to pick one out of those 4 for the long term. My team is Donnarumma, Hamza, Abbas. I will be selling next week, but I don't know what to do with Mateta and Sar. Your team looks great, Hamza. So you're benching Mateta, Esteve, Gabriel. I'll be selling next week. Yeah, you need to sell Gabriel next week. And with Mateta and Sar at the moment, yeah, it doesn't feel great benching Mateta, but probably that's the most logical thing for you to do in that. I think that maybe I would be tempted to start Mateta instead of Minte, but again, I understand. I send you the 2 potential teams I will have based on who I go for. You can check if you need. Yeah. But I understood so it's O'Reilly, Mbeumo, or Keane and Bruno Fernandes. It's really up to you. If I would be forced to pick one, I would go probably Bruno because Mbeumo is going to go to AFCON, so pretty much that's the only reasoning. But I like more O'Reilly than Keane. But I would go for Keane and Bruno because I think that's more safe. That's the more safe option. So yeah. Yeah, Voyo, hi Alex, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Okay, thanks. So I have posted my team on your X. Can you suggest move? Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you have two free transfers. You used one already, so Haaland captain will surely have effective ownership more than 200%, so it will help more to triple captain than regular captainers. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. With the triple captain active for a lot of people, his ownership is going to be effective ownership is going to be huge. So probably if you're captaining Haaland, you want him to blank, which sounds crazy and funny at the same time. So probably that's how it's going to be at the moment. I'm thinking Bruno too. I think my defense is strong enough, and I can afford to bench Keane at times. That's great. If you can also bench Keane, that's okay. Yeah, I like more Bruno. I think slightly because he has more routes to points. He's more safe. He's not going to go to AFCON. Who knows? Maybe when Mbeumo is going to go to AFCON, Sesko is still out. Maybe Bruno Fernandes at some point is going to play a more advanced role. That would be gold for us in FPL. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so let's move to Leox to see his team. And then we can take a look at some statistics and talk about other things. So use free or use one free transfer left. So this is your team with one free transfer made, and you have also one. Pope also, by the way, there are some chances he's not going to play. So you're going to get probably Dubravka, who's going to play against Brentford away, which is not horrible, but yeah, not great either. Calafiori, O'Reilly. You have O'Reilly, Munoz. You have O'Reilly, Haaland, Munoz, Calafiori, Gakpo, Sar, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, João Pedro. I think that I would like to sell João Pedro, but the the question is to who are you going to sell João Pedro? How much money do you have in the bank, Leox? I'm not sure if you told me that. Uh, let me know, please, how much money do you have in the bank, because I don't know if I can recommend you to buy someone instead of Reinders. Um, Outside of the usual picks, I have one decision to make on the free. Do I go for Munoz, Van Dijk, Sar, or Mateta? If you want, so you want to pick one out of those four. I mean, that's tough because usually I would suggest you to buy the attackers. Mateta at the moment, I don't think that I would go for him on a free just because of the doubts around his minutes. So we can cut uh, Mateta. Yeah, I think that I would play. I think that I would pick Munoz, Christian Nikolov, but it doesn't feel great to pick Munoz instead of Sar. But I don't know. Crystal Palace again are defending okay, as Raul said also in the comments. Munoz is also attacking. Van Dijk, I'm not sure if you wanna go for a Liverpool defender at the moment. I can't see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. I can't see Virgil van Dijk scoring, but again, we're not we're never going to be sure what's going to happen. They could also just lose again, Liverpool. So probably I would avoid Virgil van Dijk. So yeah, probably it would be Munoz or Sar. I think Munoz for me, let's say, because I have also Munoz in my team. So yeah, 1.8 millions for Leox. So you have O'Reilly, Munoz, Calafiori. That's okay. Also, yeah, if you want to free again, you would keep on a free, I think, O'Reilly, Gakpo, Haaland, Thiago. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Definitely your team doesn't need a free, but it really depends how your team also is going to look in the future. If you're going to have a better week to use the free. If you want to make some moves, again, selling João Pedro, selling Reinders, probably that's the thing I would do. Or, I don't know, just buy a Timber, but probably you're not going to buy Timber this gaming. At some point you need also to get rid of Pope. If he's not going to get regular starts, probably you should get rid of Pope at some point. Yeah, Reinders to Minte, Reinders to, yeah, João Pedro. I'm not sure which striker. You could just sell João Pedro to Welbeck and play him and just don't go for Minte at the moment. That could be a possibility. But other than that, yeah, I think that João Pedro, Reinders, you need to sell these players at some point. Danny Dimitrov, thanks a lot for the help. I'm doing the move and looking forward to it. I feel like I'm in a great position with my team. Good luck to you, Dennis. I have to go now. Thanks a lot, Danny Dimitrov, for joining the stream again. Really appreciate it. And yeah, good luck to you. Hopefully you're going to have a nice weekend. And yeah, the same for all of you guys. Thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, I forgot to... Yeah, great. I forgot to start the deadline, so I'm going to start it, but it's going to be 8 minutes later, so yeah. Oops, never mind now. I have a benching dilemma. Do I send the team to Twitter? Yeah, send me a screenshot, but with just your playing team. You have a benching headache? For sure. I would play Bruno Fernandes instead of Rice, I think. Dani Dimitrov and that's it, I think. Maybe Richards instead of Timber, maybe Richards instead of Keane. I think that I would start maybe Richards ahead of Timber, but this could backfire so bad, so I don't know what to suggest you, but I'm pretty sure I would start Bruno Fernandes instead of Rice for your team, so yeah. I'd like Haaland to score hat-trick because if he blanks, others like Foden, Cherki, Doku may scores, and we don't have them. Yeah, for sure, for sure. The best case scenario for us, Raul, is going to be for Haaland to score 3 penalty goals or 3, I don't know, goals assisted by Ruben Diaz. So but that's not going to happen probably. So yeah, I just hope that Haaland is going to do fine. I don't think that the ownership of Doku, Cherki, Foden is going to be that high, but probably it's going to be a lot of free hitters with them. Sorry if I asked too many questions, but really thanks for the time. Hope you do well this gaming. No problem, no problem. I try to answer all the questions, so for me it's not a problem. I just want to answer the questions for everyone. So yeah, I try to do that. And yeah, thanks a lot for asking the questions. That's why I'm here after all. And yeah, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you being here. It really means a lot. And yeah, thanks a lot. Good luck this gaming. Hopefully, I'm going to see you again in the next weeks. Also, guys, we're going to have another deadline stream in just 3 or 4 days on Tuesday, I think. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of deadline streams in a row. Good times we're having at the moment. Hi Roku19, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Bench 1, Gay, Cucurella, Sar, Rice, Welbeck, and Semenyo. Already have used all my chips. So for me, it's pretty easy. The player who dropped in my mind when I see that it was Cucurella against Arsenal, and probably he would be the player I would bench. I would play Semenyo, Gay, Welbeck for sure. Sar, Rice. Sar for sure I would play, and it's between Rice and Cucurella, but I would just play Rice. So I would bench Cucurella, Roku from those players for sure. Just send him on Twitter. I will definitely tune in next time. Thanks a lot, Danny Dimitrov. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day, man. And thanks again for joining the stream, everybody. Really appreciate it. Leave a like also. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And yeah, it would be really much appreciated. I will hi Ishan Trox, thanks a lot for joining. Can I play Ballard instead of Semenyo? He has some good attacking threats. Yeah, of course you can. You can play any player you want, but I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Semenyo just is just going to have more chances to score if he's going to play than Ballard, I think. Now I agree with you. Ballard is a really interesting option. His attacking threat is amazing. He's really good for defensive contributions, and he's a good option. But playing Ballard over Semenyo, yeah, I would not do that. I would not do that honestly. But again, if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. Doku versus Foden, Freed. I would go for Foden. This is a free draft I made today. This is how I would go if I would be using the Freight. Now, again, remember, guys, I'm not using the Freight, so maybe I didn't think too much about it like you did. So yeah, don't take my team for granted. Don't pick my team just because I made it. I think that I would go for Foden because I think that he's the safest midfielder from Manchester City. Uh, we're talking about Man City midfielders, so none of them are safe. But I think that he got the most minutes in the recent weeks, so that's why I'm picking Foden pretty much. If I would not be picking Foden, I would like to go for someone like Cherky, honestly. And Doku, again, he's a fine pick. Thomas Otto, don't get me wrong, he's a really fine pick. I don't mind him at all. I just think that he's more likely to get an assist than a goal. And yeah, you can say that Foden also didn't get a lot of goals in the last weeks, but I just think that he's safer. He's safer pretty much. So that's why Foden is in my free team. Um, Roku, thanks. Also, should I get Thiago for Welbeck on free? On a free, I think that Welbeck is fine. I mean, you're selling a penalty taker to another penalty taker. They are both for the next three fixtures. For an example, I much rather prefer to have Welbeck. So I don't see the reason. On a free, yeah, I would go for Thiago and not go for Welbeck. But for the next three fixtures, Thiago is going to play against Arsenal and against Spurs after Burnley. So Welbeck, I just think that he's better than Thiago. So yeah, I don't think that it's worth to sell Welbeck to Thiago for you just to buy him back or something like that. Hi Biggie, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Would you start Van de Ven or Konate? Van de Ven or Konate? That's a tricky one. Uh, I still expect Konate to start for Liverpool, but he was subbed off in the last two games he played in the Champions League and in the Premier League because he was really bad. He's really bad at the moment. He's making a lot of errors. Could we see Liverpool, Arne Slot dropping Konate at some point? Yeah, I think that we could see that. Maybe someone like Gomez is going to play there. Someone like Endo could play there. I'm still expecting him to start, but I think that that would be enough for me to put me off. Yeah, I think that I would play Van de Ven just because of that. I think that I would play Van de Ven instead of Konate. Hello, Dennis. Hi, Biplov. Tapa, thanks a lot for joining the stream. How are you? Thanks a lot for joining. So for Rizwan Ali, sorry for sorry for the delay. I'm going to look at your team right now. So Rizwan Ali, Krupi Juniors in for Mateta. 3.2 millions in the bank. Plan is gaming 14, bring in an Arsenal defender. Perfectly nice plan and triple captain chip active. All right, so this is your team. Senesi, Virgil van Dijk, Anderson. Pope, again, I think that there are some doubts about Pope starting, so it doesn't matter. Probably if he's going to be benched, you're not going to get him off the bench, so you're going to get Roofs, which is perfectly fine. You have Tarkovsky, Van de Ven, and Anderson. That would be my dilemma, which one of these three to start. Belmo, Saka, Sar, Sobos, like I said, though, is perfectly fine. Thiago, Haaland, good luck with the triple captaincy. I'm on the same train, so hopefully Haaland is going to do something today. Yeah, Anderson away to Spurs. Everton at home to Newcastle. I think that for what's worth, I think that both of them are going to concede, Fulham and Everton. But yeah, playing one between those two, I think that I would play the one with the home fixture, the slightly better fixture. Maybe I would play Tarkovsky. Or if you want to play Van de Ven, he's not that good for defensive contributions. That's why I don't think that I would play him. But Van de Ven, out of Anderson, Tarkovsky, and him, I think that he has the best chance to keep a clean sheet. Van de Ven against Fulham at home, so you could also play him. But yeah, tough benching headache there for you, Rizwan, Ellie. Where can I share my team? If you can, Roku, you have a link into my description. Uh, you can DM me or post on Twitter. I'm going to let me just. This is my Twitter or X profile, Dennis underscore FPL. I'm not sure if I can share it on here, but yeah, I'm going to share the link to you guys if you want to drop some screenshots with your team. It would be much more easier for me to rate them here than on chat, obviously. So let's see if we got any more news because I didn't check Twitter for a while. And then we're going to also look at some graphics. Maybe that's going to also help you on a freight. So yeah, no leaks yet. We still have almost 2 hours till the deadline, so we still have time. Hopefully we can get something. I would love to have some leak about Semenyo starting. That would be amazing. But yeah, nothing yet. I want to show you some graphs um, from Rob T FPL on Twitter. If you wanna check him, maybe this is also going to help you uh, with picking your freight or picking your player for this gaming. So, no surprises here. Looking at the projected goals and clean sheet odds for Gaming 13, Man City against Leeds, Aston Villa against Wolverhampton, Brentford against Burnley, the teams who everybody's going to target on a free, and maybe Liverpool also against West Ham. They are predicted to score the second most goals this gaming after Man City, and also the same as Brentford. Um, so yeah, let's see also your team. Roku. No free transfer. So, uh, this is your final team, right, for this gaming? Raya in goal, Van Dijk, Gakpo, perfectly fine. Guardiola, Haaland, nice. Welbeck, Semenyo, Senesi, Gay, Sar. You're benching Cucurella, João Pedro, and Miley. Fair enough, fair enough. I think that's what I would do also. I would bench Cucurella. Probably I would play João Pedro just ahead of him on the bench, but yeah, probably doesn't really matter. Um, yeah. I agree with your selection for Gaming 13. I don't think that the only question is would you start João Pedro instead of any of your other players? But yeah, maybe instead of Gay, maybe instead of Rice. But yeah, benching João Pedro against Arsenal makes a lot of sense, I think. Also, his minutes maybe are not going to be that good. So yeah, your team looks good, Roku. No complaints from me here. Check out my team. Uh, have you sent it? Yeah, okay. I see now your team also. I have bench boost, triple captain, and free available suggests what to do. Okay, so you have a lot of chips available. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, with your team, I think that I would not use the free. Now, again, it really depends. At some point, you need to get rid of stock. You need to see where, I don't know, leads have a decent fixture, and I would just use the bench boost as soon as possible. Where when you're going to have, I don't know, 4 playing players. So yeah, I'm not sure how many free transfers do you have, but yeah, your team looks great for this gaming. It doesn't look bad. Similar to mine, I would say. Triple captain, I think that I would use it right now. I think that I would use the triple captain in gaming 13. I think that this is a good opportunity to use it. But again, if you want to wait, you can use it also in gaming 17 when Haaland is going to play against West Ham at home. But yeah, I think that I would use it now. Free it in gaming 16, 15, 19. Just pick your gaming and bench boost as soon as possible. When maybe next gaming you're going to have triple Crystal Palace against Burnley, uh, Semenyo Senes against Everton. Yeah, you just need to get rid of stock. Maybe buy someone like Minte if possible. One free transfer can afford Minte for stock. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that's going to help you this gaming, but the next gaming probably I would just sell stock to Minte. And if I see, let me just see who are going Leeds to play next gaming. In 14, Leeds are playing against Chelsea, so yeah, maybe not the best um, to use them. In 15, they're going to play against Liverpool, so yeah, probably just use the bench boost chip wherever you get the opportunity. Rodon is a 4 million defender. He's going to get you some defensive contributions, so it's not such a big problem on a bench boost anyway. So yeah. Hi, Tonto the Chameleon. Thanks a lot for joining. Roku, thank you. Good luck, everyone. See you next stream. Thanks a lot, Roku, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Good luck to you. Good luck, everyone. If you're leaving, leave a like also if you enjoyed the stream. Subscribe to this channel if you're new. That would be really helpful. Hey, Dennis, how are you doing? Thanks a lot for asking. Really good. How did your last gaming go? Best player for this gaming? My last gaming was okay. I mean, I got a green arrow at the end, so yeah. But obviously, I captain Mateta with for his 1 pointer. I was saved by Minte and Munoz, 14 pointers and 11 pointer for Minte. So yeah, it was a bad-ish gaming, but I got the green arrow. So yeah, green is a green. Best player for this gaming. The best player for this gaming probably is Erling Haaland, but I suppose everyone owns him at the moment. So yeah. Also, thanks a lot for joining, Tonto. Uh, Stack drop twice, man. Thinking of doing it this week only to save another drop. I mean, yeah, you could do that. You could do that and have Minte first on your bench, or even, I don't know, try to play him. But yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think that I would start Minte had any of your other attacking players. Yeah, but Stach, what a terrible pick was for all the people who picked him. He even lost his place as a starting player for Leeds. Yeah, yeah, unlucky for everyone who gone for Stach. Um, so yeah, guys, if you, I don't know, have some benching dilemmas, you could take a look at this statistic and maybe that's going to help you. Arsenal also have 32% clean sheet odd even against Chelsea away, which is incredible. Crystal Palace 27. Yeah, Spurs also 30, as I talked before with Rizwan Ali, 30% for Van de Ven, let's say, 26 for Tarkovsky. Yeah, Liverpool with 30% chance of keeping a clean sheet. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, we're going to see. Projected FPL points. Maybe that's also going to help you build a free team if you have any more doubts. Hi, Stuart Fletcher. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot also for your incredible support this week on my content. Really appreciate every comment. Sorry, it really helps a lot. And yeah, thanks a lot for being here. Great content again, Dennis, and good luck for this weekend, mate. Thanks a lot. The same, Stuart Fletcher. Good luck to you. Have a nice day. What transfers you made, Dennis, for Gaming 13? I'm not making any transfers, Rizwan Ali, just because I was tempted, honestly, to sell Senesi to O'Reilly, because I think that he's just a fantastic option, this gaming in particular. But at the end of the day, I kept Senesi. So yeah, the plan is to roll this gaming and see what I'm going to do with 2 free transfer next gaming, and mostly because Senesi and Munoz, two out of my defenders, are on 4 yellow cards. If they're going to get another one, they're going to miss one game. So I want to be prepared for gaming 14. That's why I think that the most logical thing for me is to just roll this gaming. Uh, so yeah, Semenyo, is he starting? I would say probably. Biplov Tapa. I mean, again, Iraola was positive about him. I think that Semenyo trained this week, so I think that he's going to start. I'm going to take that chance. Anyway, I personally I think that he's going to start. Obviously, there is a little bit of a doubt there. If you want to go safe, if you don't want to have that headache, just don't play Semenyo or just sell him if you don't want to. But if he's going to start, I think that it's a good fixture for him. Hi, Yasser Omar. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. Calafiori plus Shade or Pedro Porro plus Gibbs White. Uh, Probably this is not on a freight, right? Or on a freight. Gibbs White, I think that he's a doubt, so I think that I would avoid him. Now I'm just going to answer your question as it is, right? I would go for someone like Pedro Porro plus Gakpo, for an example, over Calafiori and Shade. But if you want me to pick just between these two combinations, probably if Gibbs White is going to start, probably it would be Porro and Gibbs White. If not, I think that it's more safe to go Calafiori and Shade on a free. I sold Salah for Declan Rice and took a -4 hit for Thiago. Good or bad transfer? I mean, Thiago is a good transfer this gaming. I'm not sure if he was worth a -4 or anything or something like that. Uh, and yeah, probably Tonto de Chameleon. Uh, yeah, I understand. With Mohamed Salah, he's such a tricky question because not everybody who's going to free it, but if you're freeing this gaming, a lot of people are going to go for Mohamed Salah. So I could say to you that I think that Mohamed Salah is a better pick than Rice for gaming 13 in particular, but long term Mohamed Salah is a sell. So I agree with that also. And yeah, Declan Rice, Thiago from Brentford are really good picks for the future. So yeah, I don't mind that at all. I'm not sure if I would have done these two transfers for -4 if I was in your place, but again, hopefully it's going to work out for you. And yeah, good luck this gaming. So yeah, going back at this statistic, as you can see, projected FPL points for gaming 13, Haaland, Mohamed Salah, Foden, Dango, really interesting here, really high up the list. O'Reilly also on the 6th plate. So yeah, I would have Haaland, Foden, O'Reilly from Manchester City. On a free, Thiago and Shade, probably just because his minutes are more safe than Dango, I would say. Bruno Fernandes also really high up this list. Collins, Andreas, Sar, Mateta, Gakpo. So yeah, maybe this is going to help you if you have some benching headaches. And yeah, other than that, if we can look also at this statistic, top teams to target, gaming 13, gaming 18. If we talk about goals, Man City are the team to score the most goals in the next 5 gamings, which is nice. If you have some Man City attackers, Liverpool also, but again, are you going to buy Liverpool attackers right now? Probably not. Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace pretty down the list on the 9th place. And about the clean sheets, again, I don't think that this is the week to target Arsenal defenders if you're thinking about buying any. After gaming 14, it's a nice entry point to buy some Arsenal players. I think they're going to play against Brentford. I think 51%. The chances for a clean sheet for Arsenal are really high in any given gaming, right? So yeah, if you still want to go without them until gaming 16, that's okay, I guess. They're going to play against Aston Villa in gaming 15. I can see Aston Villa scoring against Arsenal, but yeah, probably the most logical thing would be to try to have a plan to buy some Arsenal defenders and players in gaming 14. Man City, good in gaming 13, gaming 15, gaming 17. Liverpool, I would not buy any Liverpool defenders at the moment. Newcastle, probably I would go just for Thiaw or Chow. If you want to buy a defender from Newcastle. Chelsea, I would avoid. Man United, I would avoid. Crystal Palace, Munoz, Lacroix. And you know the drill. You know the players from Crystal Palace. All of them are pretty good. Brentford are good for this gaming in 13. After that, yeah, gaming 16, gaming 17 is decent. So yeah, that's pretty much with um, these graphs. Let's go a little bit back to my team, and then we're going to come back to see maybe some what we found out in the press conferences. If you have some time, we still have 1 hour and 30 minutes till the deadline, so we still have some time. Thanks everyone. Anyway, by the way, for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Hopefully, I asked all of your questions. Yeah, let me just check if we have any news, but not yet, not yet. Yeah, okay. If I were to bench boost in 14, who would I choose to replace Stack with? Kind of stuck. Yeah, let's look at the fixtures in 14, right? I'm not sure how much money you have in the bank. Um, Again, if you want to replace Stack, someone like Minte could be okay. Nottingham Forest are playing against Wolverhampton, so I would be really tempted to buy Elliot Anderson, honestly. Uh, he's really decent. Also for a bench boost for that price, 5.3 million. I think that he's okay. Other than that, yeah, you're not buying any players from Liverpool, Man United. Uh, yeah, probably Elliot Anderson, Minte. These are players. You also need to pick some players who you want long term, and I think that Anderson and Minte are decent players. Uh, So yeah, pretty much that's it, I think. Also, guys, a question for you. If we get a leak about Reindeer starting, would you start Reindeers ahead any of my other players? Probably I won't. Probably I wouldn't, but yeah, I'm just asking the question. Interesting from the poll, 54% are using the triple captaincy and just 46% are using the frit. That's a surprise for me because I think that overall hell of a lot more people are going to use their frit, right? Um, Hi, Oprah Mara. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. One defender. Start two, minimum one defender. Richards, Mukiele, Chaka, and Enzo. I would start Richards for sure instead of Mukiele, and then Chaka against Bournemouth, Enzo against Arsenal, and then it would be between Chaka and Mukiele, I think. But also Enzo, maybe he could be on penalties. I think that I would start Chaka, but it's really close between Chaka, Mukiele, and Enzo. Honestly, if Palmer is not going to start, Enzo is going to be on penalty. So probably I would just start him if you're sure he's going to start. Doku or Foden for free. Hi, UK Zizou. This is this is the free I made. If I would be using the chip, this is how I would go. Again, a lot of people are going to ask if you want to go with Doku, if you want to go Cherky, if you want to go Foden. I don't think that there is such a big difference between them. I would just pick Foden slightly because I think that he's the most safe one for the minutes out of these Man City midfielders. So yeah, probably I would go Foden, but if you want to go Doku, if you want to go Cherky, I don't mind it. I think that's perfectly fine. Playing three at the back, Gay, Timber, Senesi, and on the bench, Tiao and Diouf. Any opinions? I would definitely bench Diouf against Liverpool. Chow. So Gay, Timber, Senesi. You could argue about starting someone like Chow against Everton instead of Timber, but are Newcastle more likely to keep a clean sheet against Everton than Arsenal against Chelsea? Probably, I mean, slightly, yes. I think that Newcastle have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet against Everton than Timber, but is that enough to play Chow instead of Timber? Maybe not, maybe not. If you want to play safe, just play Timber. If you want to go a little bit different, play Chow. But I would play Senesi and Gay for sure, and it's between Timber and Tiao for me. Thanks a lot, guys, for 19 likes. Really appreciate all the support today in today's stream. Yeah, I'm pretty much locked in, I think. Yeah, just checking to see if we get if we got any news on Twitter, but yeah, at the moment it's not looking like it. We're going to go through how is Newcastle so good at home and so bad at the away, man. Alan blanked last week, but Mateta was so bad too. Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit lucky uh, about Haaland blanking. He had some chances. He should have scored probably one goal at least. Uh, the thing is, I didn't expect Mateta to not play at least 60 minutes, so that's more on Glasner, I think. Hopefully, he's going to get better minutes against Man United. And yeah, he was. I saw the game. He didn't get a lot of chances, but yeah, Mateta had a huge chance to score in that game. Really in the beginning, if you remember that, he missed a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So probably Mateta should have scored at least one goal. But yeah, it is what it is. At least Haaland blanked also. So yeah, let's see how Newcastle are going to play against Everton. Maybe they are going to be a little bit better. Now, what I want to do is to let's take a look at some what we found out in the press conferences. Um, you have a lot of time to do that. So about Chelsea, about Cole Palmer, he is available to play. Now, is he going to start? Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I don't think that you should. I don't think that this is the moment by Cole Palmer, right? We should monitor him, of course, because if when he's going to get good minutes, Palmer, we know what he can do, right, in FPL. So yeah, he's a great player. From West Ham, I'm not sure how many people own players from West Ham. Mavropanos and Somerville will be assessed tomorrow. Paqueta returns from suspension, so yeah, Paqueta is fine to play. Aston Villa, Tyrone Mings is the only Villa player ruled out for Gaming 13 with an otherwise fully fit squad for Unai Emery. So good news for anyone on Frit picking Aston Villa players. Nothing new from Brentford. Uh, from Everton, Braithwaite is still out. Coleman also is going to miss. You think Semenyo is starting and getting good minutes? Yeah, personally, that's my opinion. That's what I think. But again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong again. Also, last week I was pretty confident about Semenyo playing. Uh, Now I'm even more confident about Semenyo playing because I think that he trained this week, and Iraola said that if everything is okay in training, then he's going to be fit. And if Semenyo is fit, I just don't think that he's going to be on the bench. So again, maybe we could see him playing 70, 80 minutes, reduced a little bit, maybe, but it's still a good fixture, and I'm willing to go with Semenyo. Everybody on the fleet is going to go against him, so that just makes me more likely to keep Semenyo. So yeah, my personal opinion is that he's going to start, but I can't obviously guarantee it. Hi Dexter, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. How are you? Also, start two among Senesi, Njae, Chaka, Gay, Calafiori. Additional info. Am I playing 11 Timber already starting? Okay, so Timber is starting. Okay, I don't think that I would play double Arsenal defense honestly against Chelsea. Yeah, I can see Chelsea scoring in that game. Um, so I would play Njae for sure, and probably Senesi in that case. Chaka probably not. Calafiori probably not. Yeah, I would play Senesi and Njae from those players. Dexter. Yeah. Talking about Arsenal. What we found out yesterday in the press conference, Trossard requires a further test today on his knock from midweek, but could be available for Gaming 13. So again, not a lot of people probably are owning Trossard. But the thing is, this is just positive news about Bukayo Saka. His minutes are going to be great probably. When Trossard was subbed off, Madueke was subbed in instead of him. So yeah, we thought also about Madueke being maybe a threat to Bukayo Saka, but he could also play as on the left, Madueke. So yeah, Saka's minutes probably are going to be decent. Gabriel Jesus is very positive, while Gyökeres and Havertz will both be late calls. Probably I won't expect them to start. And Gabriel, if you still have Gabriel, he's a sell guy. So yeah, just get rid of him probably. Also, what is a good gaming to wildcard even though my team is mostly okay? I mean, honestly, there isn't the best gaming to wildcard. If you don't want to wildcard now, maybe gaming 14 and get a lot of Arsenal players if you don't have any. But yeah, I see that you have two at least. So there aren't a lot of fixture swings in the future. So I don't know, just wait a little bit. If you don't want a wildcard soon, just wait to see what's going to happen, depending how many chips you have left. And see, maybe you're going to have some problems in your team currently. Maybe gaming 16, maybe gaming 17 to buy someone like Cole Palmer to have some Chelsea players. But other than that, yeah, mostly at the moment everyone wants to have some City players, some Arsenal players, Crystal Palace players. Everybody have those players at the moment in their team, so there's not a good reason to buy them. But yeah, off the topic, can you make a small short or guide about chip strategy for people who have any chips left? Uh, yeah, no problem about that. But yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that this weekend because the turnaround for the Gaming 14 deadline is really quick. It's going to be on Tuesday. But yeah, thanks for the idea. Thanks for suggesting it. Dante. My cat is meowing. I'm not sure if you can hear him. So yeah, thanks for the suggestion. I'm going to try to put up a cheap strategy guide. Although, again, as I said before, there in this first part of the season, there isn't, I don't know, a best time to use the triple captain, the freight, the wildcard. But again, I'm going to try to make one. Thanks a lot. No problem. Hello, Zval. Thanks a lot for joining the stream and engaging in my content. It really means a lot to me. Let's try also, guys, to hit 20 likes. That would be amazing. Now, talking about press conferences for Manchester United, Cunha is out for Gaming 13, which is really frustrating for uh, anyone who bought him last gaming. But he's expected to be back for Gaming 14. So if you have Cunha, just keep him probably. That would be the plan. Shush, X4W, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Yo, what's up, Dennis? Thanks a lot for joining the stream. I'm doing fine. How are you? Thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, really fine. Happy that FPL is back. Happy that football is back. Who has a better chance at clean sheet, Brentford or Villa? Steve LFC. Now, if we look, I would say Aston Villa have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet. But if we let's just look at Rob FPL, So projected goals and clean sheet odds for Gimmick 13. Clean sheet for Brentford 43% and Aston Villa 43%. Okay, so here in this graphic it's the same. So I would go with the slightly better defense. From my point of view, in my perspective, I think that Aston Villa are a little bit better than Brentford. So I would say Aston Villa have a better chance of keeping a clean sheet, but Brentford have slightly the better fixture, let's say, against Burnley, but both are great fixtures anyway. So yeah, I would say Aston Villa. Steve, LFC 97, but it's really close. Liverpool West Ham game prediction as a Liverpool fan. Uh, yeah, as a Liverpool fan, it's really tough to sorry to have a prediction. I think that Liverpool are going to win. I just can't see Liverpool losing again. I think that this is a must-win game for Liverpool, for Arne Slot, for yeah the entire club. So I would say 3-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, 2-1, 3-1 to Liverpool. That would be my prediction. Now let's see if I'm going to be right or wrong. Me personally, I think we're gonna draw, but just a guess. Yeah. Hopefully we're going to win, but let's see. Anything can happen at the moment. With Liverpool, it's really tough to make a prediction at the moment because it's really unpredictable how they are playing at the moment. So yeah, it's really tough. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah, I still expect Liverpool to win, but let's see. So for Man United, Sesko, Maguire are all out for this game. Sesko and Maguire needs a little bit more time, so probably they're still going to be out for some time. For Chelsea, the big news is that Cole Palmer is fit and available to start. That's what Maresca said, at least. Now, is he going to start? I'm not so sure about that, but one to monitor for sure. Cole Palmer. Um, For Wolverhampton, not really interested in them. Man City has everyone fit except for Rodri and Mateo Kovacic. I would say that there's a good chance of Reinders starting also for Manchester City, but again, not a lot of people own Reinders at the moment. I'm not sure if you want to play him. So yeah. Calling it now, Ekitike goal. Yeah, we have been really inconsistent. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would predict Alexander Isak to start, but Ekitike definitely, if he's going to be on the bench, is going to came in, and all the chances he could score. Yeah, Ekitike and Soboslai probably two of the few players who turned up for Liverpool this season. On a few Twitter and Instagram accounts I follow, few people been saying slot out. Where do you stand on this? It's really tough. Yeah, again, I'm frustrating as all Liverpool fans. It's a really tough situation at the club. Arne Slot came in after Jurgen Klopp, nobody expecting him to win the title in his first season. So again, if obviously if he didn't win the league last season, probably he would be out already. I would say Liverpool are not that kind of club who's just getting rid of managers every games or something like that. But uh, if he's going to win the next 3 games, let's say, or if he's going to win 2 and draw 1, I think that he's still going to be here. The other problem is that there aren't a lot of good managers out there. So you're going to get rid of Arne Slot, okay? But who are you going to appoint? Maybe Raola, maybe Glasner, but there isn't a standout option. And although I would love for Jurgen Klopp to came in back as a Liverpool manager, I'm not sure how realistic that is. So yeah, I would take Jurgen Klopp in a heartbeat back. But yeah, I think that I was pretty okay with giving Arne Slot time until winter, but the problem is he just doesn't. It just doesn't really seem to know what's happening and to have any solution to Liverpool playing, because every game week this season I just saw, yeah, we uh, we can't play. We can. It's going to be better next gaming, right? We can't be that bad every gaming. We can't be that bad every gaming, but that's pretty much in the last 10 gamings or something like that. So again, at the moment, it's not looking good for Liverpool. It's not looking good for Arne Slot. But luckily for him, I think the next few fixtures are decent, and he could get some results. So maybe he's going to be in. But what I want to see some improvements. Uh, in the play style, because I can understand Liverpool losing, but I can't really understand Liverpool playing that bad every every week. That's really tough to understand. At least I want to see some desire. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. If he's not going to get the results, if he's going to lose against West Ham, I'm not sure. I'm probably also going to be on Arne Slot out, which it feels bad because I like the guy. I love that he won the Premier League last season, and yeah, it was great, but it can't continue like this, right? Hi, Egenborg. Stick to Gyökeres or sell him for Thiago? I would sell Gyökeres, I think, because I just think that there are better options at Arsenal at the moment. We just don't know when Gyökeres is going to be out, is going to be back available. So yeah, I would sell Gyökeres to Thiago. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Personal Liverpool lineup for game against West Ham. My lineup, I think that in attack is going to be Gakpo, Alexander Isak, Mohamed Salah. Uh, Hopefully Soboslai is going to play in midfield, so Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai. I'm not sure if Wirtz is fit, but probably he's not going to start anyway if he's not 100% fit. And then, uh, yeah, in defense, I think that's going to be the same. I think that Robertson is going to came in. I think that he does a better job than Kerkez at the moment. So Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, and yeah, Gomez or Curtis Jones as a right back. So that would be my prediction. Thanks, man. No problem, Egenborg. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. What's your thoughts on Doku on Frit? Bit of a differential, maybe. Foden too expensive. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how big of a differential Doku is going to be, because a lot of people have Doku in their teams. So his ownership is 10% and Foden is 6.5%. So I would say that I'm not sure how many engaged managers have Doku, but his overall ownership for Foden is 6.5 and for Doku is 10. So Doku is owned by more players. Yeah, on a Frit, probably is going to be more of a differential. A lot of people on Frit are going to pick Foden, I think, because he's more safe for minutes, I would say. And Doku is more likely to get you an assist, I think. He scored a nice goal against Liverpool, but he's just not his place. Like he's just not scoring loads of goals, Doku. So if you don't want to go Foden, honestly, I would be tempted to just go Cherky. Probably he's going to be a much bigger differential than Doku, I would say. So yeah, Gay. So everybody for Crystal Palace from Crystal Palace is fit. From Nottingham Forest, Wood, Luiz, Bakwa, Eina, Zinchenko, Gunn, all are out. He's expected to recover from his from this knock to face Brighton, Morgan Gibbs White, so probably he's going to be fine. Would I risk it on a Frit? Probably not. Johan Wissa is in training with Eddie Howe, not yet revealing his comeback game. Trippier will be out for a month. So Semenyo will be available for Gaming 13 if everything goes well today. Clivert Clivert is a doubt. I don't think that Clivert is going to start. I think that he's going to be on the bench at most. Let's put my team back here. 60 minutes till the deadline, guys. Yeah, so again, guys, as I said before, I think that I'm going to roll the transfer, so I feel like I'm pretty much locked in. So yeah, it's nice to have a chill stream. Again, is this going to be horrible compared to a free team? Maybe, or maybe it's going to be fine. Um, I didn't talk too much about my team, but yeah, would I have Munoz, Mateta on a free? Probably not, but I think that both of them are great options. Senesi, Semenyo, I would not have them on a free, but they have a decent fixture. Van Dijk, again, although Liverpool were really bad, I can see Van Dijk doing okay. And yeah, I can even see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. At some point, it needs to happen. So, yeah. What's your Yeah, I'm just I don't know why I'm humming that song, honestly, but yeah, it's a good song, I guess. What's your favorite song or artist right now? Because I've been noticing you humming that same song. Uh, yeah, if you saw the beginning of my stream, the end of my videos, my regular content, there's a Romanian artist, which is pretty much my favorite artist, but you can't really know him, so yeah, it's Motanu, but uh, surely you didn't heard about him because he's singing in Romanian. Now, talking about, I don't know, other bands, I have a lot of them. So yeah, probably I'm going to forget to say all of them, obviously. Hi, Simon Lee. Thanks a lot for joining. Good afternoon. This is my team for today. Hi, Kedar Narful. Thanks a lot also for joining, guys. Also, don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would be really much appreciated. Any suggestions? I have one free transfer. What about triple captain? I think that it is a really good week to use the triple captain. As you can see, I'm using it myself. Um, Pope, be aware that Pope has some doubts around him. Maybe he's going to not play Nick Pope. So make sure you have a good backup goalkeeper. Richards, Senesi, Timber, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Minte, Soboslai, Haaland, Mateta, Raul Jimenez. A really good team. A really good team. Uh, Kedar, nothing to say about it. A really nice differential there with Raul Jimenez. Um, yeah, the team is looking great. If you want to use a triple captain, I think this is a good opportunity because Haaland was rested in the Champions League. He's ready to go. City lost the last two games, so they want to bounce back. They want to win this game. They are playing at home. There are a lot of good reasons to use the triple captain on Erling Haaland. So again, if you want to wait and captain Haaland in game week 17 against West Ham, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just going to use it now. So yeah. Yeah, no news yet. No news yet. On a free, taking my team value to its limit, Kelleher, O'Reilly, Cash, Senesi, Salah, Rogers, Otara, Foden, Haaland, Thiago Isak, first sub, Dubravka and Pau Torres. Yeah, with Isak, it is an interesting... just a second, guys. Sorry, guys. My fiance just got got me some food, so I might as well just eat some of it right now. So yeah, on a free tweet Isak, it is a really interesting question. Now, honestly, I just don't think that I would go there. Could Alexander Isak score 2 goals against West Ham? Yeah, of course. But again, I'm just going to put on screen the free I made. If I would be using the free, probably this is how I would go. Again, I didn't thought too much about it because I'm not actually using it, but it would be something like this. I don't think that I would go Senesi on a free. Similarly, I think that I would go for I don't know, another defender like O'Reilly, Collins, Cash, Thiago, Isak, Haaland, really nice. Foden, I prefer Shade to Otara just because his minutes are maybe more secured. Other than that, yeah, I really like your team. Not too much to say about it. Yeah, also I like the punt on Alexander Isak. He's a huge differential. So if you think that, I also expect him to start against West Ham. So yeah, I think that he's a nice punt. And yeah, if you're feeling it, just go with it. I just don't think that I would take the risk. His form is not right there right now. He's not performing well. But yeah, on a single game week, I like going for Isak. Eggenborg, pick one. Burn versus Everton, Reinders, or Chaka versus Bournemouth. Now, Eggenborg, if we get some leak about Man City that Reinders is starting, I would be tempted to start him ahead of Burn and Chaka for sure. But if we don't get a leak, there's that chance of Reinders being banned, so I would try to avoid him. Uh, Now, between Burn and Chaka, I think that I would start. That's a tough question. I think that I would start Chaka honestly against Bournemouth because he's playing at home. I think so. Yeah. Any reason given why Pope might not play as I have Pope and have Rolfs on my substitution bench? Uh, yeah, I saw something about he he made some mistakes, and Eddie Howe said something about he's going to pick his team on merit, and yeah, I mean, let me just see if we can if I can find that that quote. Uh, 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 um, there's a chance Pope is dropped for Ramsdale. Eddie Howe on his goalkeeper decision. I need to think long and hard about who I pick, and I'll try and do that on merit. I have the luxury of seeing the players train every day, goalkeepers included. Um, you don't necessarily naturally try to rotate the goalkeeper. It's a position of consistency. Nick shot stopping has been incredible. They go under the radar because he delivers so many of them. It's expected. The life of the goalkeeper is on a knife edge. He knows that. It's nothing new on him. It's Pope starts of the season has been very strong apart from a couple of high profile moments. So again, it's not 100% sure Ramsdale is going to start, but Eddie Howe pretty much said that he's going to think about it. Now, again, it's just a doubt. If you have Pope, probably you're just starting him, and yeah, if he's not going to play, probably he's not going to came in from the bench. So yeah, no need to panic right away. I would say if triple captain already used, when is the best free gaming? I mean, if your team looks bad this gaming, I would just use the free right now. I think that it's a really good week to use the frit. A lot of people are doing it. Another gaming to use the frit would be in gaming 16. If you want to go against Haaland, you could go for someone like Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, and other players, maybe a Chelsea defender. So gaming 13 and 16 for me are the best weeks to use the frit. But 15 also could be okay, I think. Uh, Good morning. Hi Tanuja Aurora, thanks a lot for joining. Would you free it with this team? Raya Munoz, Timber, Senesi, Enzo, Saka, Chaka, Semenyo, Haaland, Mateta, Thiago. I mean, if you didn't thought about using the free till now, maybe just don't use it. Again, you have two players from Arsenal. You have three players from Arsenal actually. So if you want to go against Arsenal, who are going to play against Chelsea, I think that you should use the free in gaming 13, because if you're not going to use it now, when are you going to use it? Because the fixtures for Arsenal are just going to get better from next gaming onwards. So I think that this is the best moment to use it, since you have three players from Arsenal. Try to go against them. Enzo and Chaka also are not amazing players, so you could get rid of them, and also probably with Mateta. So I think that I would use it right now if I was in your place, Tanuja Aurora. But yeah, it's your team after all. So welcome to the eating deadline stream. Let me know, guys, if it's annoying to you that I'm eating some fried potatoes, and then I'm just going to stop. Yeah, no news yet. No news yet. I'm keep checking Twitter to see. We still have 40 minutes till the deadline, so hopefully we can get some leaks for you guys about Man City, about Bournemouth. Maybe for Semenyo would be ideal. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Yeah, no news yet. Um, yeah, let's look at some team predictions, I guess, till we have the time. So let's see how the poll is doing though. 50-50, 50%, 50% for Freed and also for the triple captain, 42 votes. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how many actual people are using the Freed and how many of them are using the triple captain. It's going to be interesting to see. I predict also more people to use the Freed, but yeah, let's see. So if we go for Emma, who's pretty decent for predicting lineups for teams. This is for Chelsea. Um, yeah, let's see. So Palmer is not predicted to start here at least. Newcastle prediction. Again, if you want to go for someone like Harvey Barnes, he's predicted to start here. Hall, Shard, Chow, Livramento. But why is Burn not here? That's weird. So from Villa, if you want to take a punt, if you feel extremely lucky and you want to go super different, someone like Malen, if he's going to start, he could be a really nice option. Other than that, on a free, probably I would be interested in just Rogers, Cash, Martinez from Aston Villa. I would not take too many risks. Um, yeah, this is Chelsea. Estevao, man, what a player! What a player is Estevao. And also, I'm really interesting to see when we're going to get more minutes of Estevao in the Premier League. If he's going to get the minutes, I tell you right now, he's going to be a really popular FPL option, and everybody's going to have him soon. For Liverpool, here I would predict that, or at least I hope that Robertson is going to get back into the team because I don't know. Kerkez at the moment is just not at it. He's just not it. He's just not performing at the moment, and I just think that Liverpool are looking better when Robertson is starting. So yeah, but it look in this prediction, Konate is predicted to be dropped for Joe Gomez, which is a total possibility considering how bad he was in the last weeks. Yeah. Okay. So this is for now. No news. I'm going to let you know, guys, if I see anything interesting. If we get any more leaks about Man City, about Bournemouth, I'm going to let you know. Hopefully, we're going to get something. My team. Looking back at my team, um, I think that I'm not sure if Reinders is going to be my first substitution because that's what happened last game week, and I was really destroyed by Reinders. Um, so yeah, if we get a leak about Reindeer starting, I'm willing to take that chance of Reindeer starting, just because if, let's say, someone like Semenyo is going to miss out completely again, although I just don't think that's going to happen, I want to be sure I have a good replacement on my bench, and it's between Reindeer and Alderete. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what's happening with Alderete. I'm not sure why he didn't start last game week, but hopefully he's going to get his position back. Because other than that, my bench is not looking great. I'm not going to lie to you. So yeah, hopefully all my players are going to start, so I don't need reindeers. But yeah, we can't be sure about that. By the way, guys, thanks a lot for your incredible support today on this stream, watching my content week in, week out. It really means a lot. I hope that you get something out of it. Hopefully, it's useful for you. And yeah, if you have any more advice to me, if you have some recommendations, if there's anything you want to see more on this channel, it would really help me out if you want to give me some feedback. Obviously, I always try to improve, and I want to try to make uh, content who is useful for all of you, right? That's why I don't want to just want to make content for the sake of it, you know that. um almost half an hour. Hi Jamie Stravik, I'm so stuck with the free stuff. I've checked, and this week is where it improves my team most, but I already have Thiago and most of my team is fine, so I'm essentially banking on weather blanks. Okay. Also, Jamie, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Or Haaland getting injured, etc. Okay. I mean, that's also a good strategy, I guess, to go ahead. If you're not sure about using the frit, I think that just don't use it. But I don't know, maybe you're never going to be sure when it's going to be the best week to use the frit. So I get it. You're waiting for some injuries, maybe for some chaos, for some blanks, for some doubles. That would be amazing if that's going to happen. Um, so yeah. But if not, I think that's fine to use it this week. Again, it's if you have a lot of Arsenal players, this is probably the best gaming to use the freight to jump them out to go against them. So that's why a lot of people are going to use it. That's why it is a lot popular, I think, because most people have Arsenal players, and if you want to go against them, this is the opportunity to go. When are you planning on selling Reinders or going to keep him all season? No, hopefully I'm not going to keep him all season. He's just my 8th attacker at the moment, so let me just go to my team. Just a second, this is not my team. So with Reinders, this game week I'm going to roll, and in game week 14, depending on what's going to happen, if Senes is going to get a yellow card, if Munoz is going to get a yellow card, but if none of them are going to get that yellow card, I'm happy with my defense, right? Virgil van Dijk, Senesi, Munoz. I'm going to sell Reinders. I have 3.1 millions in the bank, so probably I'm just going to sell him this gaming. Or what I could do is to buy an Arsenal defender, or both, right? I could just sell Alderete to Timber, and I have still 0.6.2 millions to buy a midfielder. So I could also do this. Now for 6.2, there aren't a lot of good midfielders. Maybe I could just go for Anderson, right? Who's probably the best player in that price bracket, I would say. So yeah, this is what I could do. Or upgrade him to a 4.5. Now the plan would be to get Saka at some point, right? So if I want to buy Bukayo Saka, then I will need to find another 1.6 millions. And to do that, I'm going to sell Unjae or Semenyo. Probably Unjae because he's going to go to AFCON, maybe to a 4.9 who's going to be Potts or something like that. So I could do this and buy Bukayo Saka in Game Week 14. But yeah, at the moment I'm just not sure. I want to wait to see what's going to happen this game week, to see if any players are going to get that yellow card. Because if someone like Senesi is going to get that yellow card, I'm just going to sell him probably to an Arsenal defender, something like that. So yeah. Hi Flash, thanks a lot for joining. I signed Thiago but not Virgil. The rest of the team is the same. I have 2.5 millions. Who should I get instead? So you signed Thiago. So you have still Gabriel into your team. If you have Gabriel, again, I would just sell him probably to another Arsenal defender. Or if you want to wait after the deadline for gaming to buy an Arsenal defender for gaming 14, that's also perfectly fine. But I don't. Please correct me. Maybe I didn't understood your question correctly. Um, if your team looks like mine, you just don't have Virgil van Dijk. No, I have Timber. Oh, okay. If you have Timber, you're pretty covered with Arsenal. And depending on how many free transfers do you have, if your team is looking fine for this game week, just roll the transfer, have 2 free transfers next game week. Because for an example, in game week 14, someone like Cunha is expected to be back. Some other players are going to emerge probably. At the moment, honestly, there aren't a lot of. Which strikers are you going to buy? Haaland, Thiago? Probably you're not going Mateta at the moment. You're not buying maybe Welbeck, Voltemat. Are you going to buy Gakpo, Rogers, Foden? I mean, all are decent options, but there isn't a standout. You have 3 free transfers, okay. If you have the same team like mine and you have 3 free transfers, I probably would get rid of Reinders. And I don't know, try to find a way to buy Bukayo Saka next gaming, but next gaming, probably not this gaming. So you could still roll. Is Richards fit? Yes, Ahil Sayed. Richards is fit to play. It was planned. The substitution in the Conference League for Crystal Palace when Gay was took off and Richards played the second half was planned. So he's fit to play. Now, is he going to play 90 minutes every game week? I can't guarantee you that, but he's fit to play and probably he's going to start against Man United. So don't worry about Richards yet. So if you have 3 free transfers, Flash, try to find a way, try to see when do you want to buy someone like Bukayo Saka, because I suppose it's going to be a player you're interested in, and maybe add another Arsenal defender at some point, maybe in gaming 14, in which case I would advise you to just Semenyo, in my opinion, I think that he's going to start. Now, there are some doubts around him, but I'm going to gamble. on Semenyo starting, Iraola said that if everything goes according to the plan, Semenyo is going to be fit to play basically. So I think that Semenyo trained this week, honestly, and I think that he's going to start. Now there are some doubts there, maybe 5%, maybe 10%. If you just want to get rid of him, I totally understand it, but I personally think that he's going to start, so I'm going to gamble on that. Now, if you don't want to do that, it's perfectly fine. You don't need to listen to my advice. Are you Arne Slot in or out? To be honest, I'm not 100% sure either way. At the moment, what I can say is that I'm more Arne Slot out than in, but at the same time, I'm not 100% sure I want Arne Slot out. So again, it all is going to depend how Liverpool, if they are going to improve. Because at the moment, I can understand Liverpool losing games, but what I cannot understand is Liverpool playing that badly every week. So I want to see some improvements in the performances, or at some point he's going to need to go. So yeah, sadly. Hi Paul, hi Adam, hi Adam. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. Uh, if I didn't sign Virgil, do you think I still should? At the moment, no. I mean, the fixtures are great for Liverpool, but at the moment, yeah, I bought Virgil van Dijk last gaming for Gabriel. This week, again, it's such a tough question because the thing is, I think that I would void right now. If you didn't bought Van Dijk last gaming, it shouldn't change our perspective, right? On Virgil van Dijk, he's still a decent pick. He's good for defensive contributions. He's good for attacking threat. I'm not sure if he's going to get a lot of clean sheets in the next gamings, but the fixtures are still great for Liverpool. Probably there are better players at the moment, like Timber, like Saliba, who are playing for better defense, Munoz, Lacroix. So I don't think that I would go for Virgil van Dijk now, but I still think that he's a good pick anyway. So now that I have him, I'm just going to keep him for the next 3, 4, 5 fixtures. So yeah, I think that he's okay, but I'm not sure if I would buy him right now. Probably not. Or do you think I sell Reinders and upgrade him to another City player? Uh, with Reinders, it depends. It depends if you want to have Saka in the future, because as I showed you earlier, uh, Reinders, if you want to sell him for someone like Anderson, if you want to sell him for someone like Potts to free up some cash, or at some point if you want to sell him for someone like Cunha, I think that it could be a nice idea, or even someone like Foden could be okay. But with Man City midfielders, I'm just not sure. I really like Foden. I really like Man City players for this week on a free. On the long run, I'm just not sure about them yet. But probably I would go for Foden. But I'm just not sure if I would buy actually Foden in my team. I have the money uh to buy Foden, to sell Reinders to buy Foden. I have the money, but I just didn't think about it. I'm just not going to buy Foden because I don't really want to have that headache in my team at the moment. So what's best way to send you teams playing bench boost and have I'm going to put you again the link. Send me your teams on Twitter, on X, however you want to call it, and I'm going to rate them. Playing bench boost and have 2 free transfers. So just wondering if I should use either of them. Shall I DM on Twitter? Yeah, for sure. Send me your team on Twitter and I'm going to take a look at it. Sorry guys, again for eating. If that annoys you, please let me know and I'm just going to stop. Yeah, I'm going to eat more after the stream, so sorry about that. So Adam, send me your team. on Twitter. You have the link there. Thanks a lot, guys, for 25 likes. Really appreciate the support. Amazing support. Thanks a lot. It really means a lot. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. Subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, we still have 23 minutes till the deadline. So hopefully, make sure you still be here on the stream, because if we get some leaks, I'm going to let you know. And yeah, I'm going to check more Twitter from now on. All right, so Adam, you send me your team. Let's take a look here. All right, let me just see. So you're bench boosting, right? You have 2 free transfers. Let me see. You have 2 free transfers and you're wondering if you should use them, right? So actually, now again, when maybe you think that this is your best starting 11, on a bench boost, I would try to play your actual best players in your starting 11, and I think that for me, O'Reilly would be ahead of Saliba, right? So it would be Saliba on the bench against Chelsea away, which is perfectly fine. Minte, maybe I would play Minte ahead of Rice, and yeah, that's it pretty much. So Dubravka against Brentford away, Rice, Saliba, let's say, against Chelsea away on the bench, and Coyote against Burnley at home. Yeah, your team looks great. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how much money you have in the bank, but I'm not even sure what I would change with your team, honestly. Uh, you have 3 good players from Manchester City, 2 players from Arsenal, Mbeumo. You have good players who you don't need to sell just for the sake of it, right? You don't need to sell this players just for the sake of the bench boost. Minte, it's a nice long-term option. O'Reilly the same, Saliba the same. Coyote, I'm not sure, honestly. Obviously, I'm expecting him to start, so probably he's a good one also, but I didn't check too much about him, so I don't think that he's injured or something like that, right? If he's going to start, he's good. He's good against Burnley at home. Now, yeah, Dubravka against Brentford away, not you have him against Coyote, so yeah, you're going to hope for a 0-0 or a Thiago masterclass. Um, so you wildcarded last week with plan to bench boost tanks, only scared about Semenyo availability. Okay, so now it makes sense how you have such a nice team, such a nice team for the bench boost. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're yeah, honestly, I spoke a lot about Semenyo on this stream, and honestly, I just don't wanna make you not sell Semenyo. I spoke a lot about Semenyo. I think that personally he's going to start. I'm willing to gamble with him starting on my team, but again, you're bench boosting, so I don't really want to influence your decision of selling or not Semenyo. Long term, again, at some point, probably a lot of people are going to sell Semenyo, but for this gaming, which player are you going to buy? Do you want to have Gakpo long term? Do you want to go for Sar? Probably not. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, if I was in your place, I think that I would hope Semenyo is going to start and just be it, if he's going to miss, it is what it is. You still have a good bench boost. You still have 14 really good players. So, yeah. Who is the best pick? Foden, Doku, or Cherky? That's the toughest. That's the toughest question to ask. So, Seaman, thanks a lot for joining again. I on a free I would go for Foden. Now, make that what you will. I would go for Foden just because I think that he's the safe one. If is Foden going to score the most points out of Doku and Cherky? I'm not sure. I can't guarantee you that. If I would not go for Foden, probably I would go for Cherky to try to get the higher upside. But yeah, I think that Foden I would go on a free. That's what I would do at least. I'm not sure if he's the best one, but didn't know it was better to put strongest team starting 11. Why is that? I mean, it's not better. It's just to make a better image of how your bench boost is going to be. Because, uh, for an example, uh, looking at your team, you can put Thiago, uh, Thiago Munoz. No, you could put Thiago, Doku, and Minte on the bench, and then at the end of the game week, you're going to see that your bench boost scored a lot of points, and maybe some of those players who were on your bench should be in your starting 11. So it's not better. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? If you're going to put Thiago on the bench or not, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the same amount of points. It's just to make a better image of who are going. If you weren't playing the bench boost, who would be those players on the bench, right? To see the actual value of the bench boost. So again, that's just a nerdy thing, I suppose. So yeah, send you my team on. Hi, Andreche, thanks a lot for joining. Hey, matey. Hi, Mr. Blanky, thanks a lot for joining. I see. Let's you work out how much value you got from the chip. Yeah. For example, yeah, because obviously I could in my team. Let's say I'm going to play the bench boost. I could put my best players on the bench, but that's not the actual value of the bench boost, you know. So if we go to Game Week 5, when I used my bench boost, which again it was a not a great bench boost. Again, I got Dubravka, Reinders, Pedro Porro, and Esteve, and this would have been my actual bench boost. I would be starting Wirtz, who, yeah, didn't start. The same for Xavi. What a bad pick also he was for me. I bought him just for Game Week 5. Yeah, this would have been my actual starting 11, and finally Sanchez got -3 points here and Dubravka got 4, but and Reinders would have been on my bench because here he played against Arsenal, I think. But the funny thing is that he got 9 points in that game. So yeah, at the end of the day I got 18 points on the bench boost, which is okay, but my starting players were pretty bad in that gaming. So yeah, who sent me teams? Andreche, I'm not sure where did you send me uh, your team. Oops, not here. Uh, Sent you my team on C. I'm not sure what C. Uh, Hi, Lazinho. Lazinho, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Do you think this is a good week to play triple captain? I mean, yeah, I'm playing the triple captain, so I think that it's a really good week to play the triple captaincy, right? It's Leeds at home. Haaland was rested. You know that he's going to start on penalties, all the good stuff. Uh, I'm expecting City to score some goals against Leeds. So, yeah. Was that Wirtz 0 because he didn't play? Wondering if you have got that 9 points without. No, Wirtz. It was the first game when he wasn't. He was on the bench and he came in and he got a yellow card. So I wouldn't have gotten Reinders anyway. So yeah, the bench boost. Actually, the bench boost was okay, 18 points. You know, I'm going to take that, but yeah, Florian Wirtz was bench. He came in, he got a yellow card, and Xavi Simons again, he was bench and he came in, got 1 pointer. So yeah, and Sanchez obviously got a red card from Chelsea. I don't see your team, Andres or Andrej. I'm not sure where did you send it. I'm going to refresh my X, but I just don't see it here. 30 minutes, guys. Make sure you don't trust my deadline countdown because it's wrong. I'm going to stop it, I think, to not put anyone in a bad place. So yeah, I'm going to stop it. We have 13 minutes till the deadline. Let me just make sure my team is also. Good luck, everyone. Let's pray all the major captaincy choices blank again. Hey, hey, Harlesville. Hopefully, Haaland is going to score a minimum 5 goals. That would be a decent amount, let's say, on a triple captaincy. So, yeah. Anyway, good luck, everyone. We still have 12 minutes to go. Okay, yeah, 80 points is good for bench boost. Just starting 11 that let you down that week. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. 70 people on the live stream. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Really appreciated. Hi, Ognia Yanev. Thanks a lot for joining. Hi, Dennis. How do you think have any risk O'Reilly don't play? I'm pretty sure O'Reilly is going to start. Now, again, can I guarantee you that? Probably not, but he was rested. He was also on the cover for this game for Manchester City against Leeds on Twitter. So I'm pretty sure O'Reilly is going to start. In the future, uh, am I sure O'Reilly is going to start all the games and play 90 minutes every game week? No, I'm not sure about that, but I think that he's going to start. I would 100% have O'Reilly on a free. This is just my opinion, obviously, but can't guarantee you nothing. Hi, Marcus. Murillo to start. If I'm not sure if you're talking about the free or not, but if you have Murillo in your team, yeah, I would try to start him. I think that he's fit to start. Yeah, no injury concerns about Murillo. I didn't saw anything at least. Please correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. No Man City team news leaks yet. Oh, so on a free you have Murillo. I mean, again, on a free I'm going to put it again. This is the team I would go probably. Something like this on a free. Now, I'm not actually using the chip, so maybe you thought more about the free than me. But I would go for something like this on defense. Martinez, O'Reilly, Collins, Cash, or Van der Berg instead of Collins. I'm not sure if I would go for Murillo, honestly. I would just go for these players from these teams. 3 players from Villa, 3 from Brentford, 3 from City, and probably two for from Liverpool. That's how I would go on a free. Any suggestions for Blanky, Sanchez, Virgil, Munoz, Senesi, Bruno, Saka, Sar, Semenyo, Haaland, Mateta, Thiago? Yeah, your team looks great. I'm not sure if Anderson, probably it's Anderson from Fulham, right? Uh, I think that I would roll with your team. It's really similar to mine. Now, yeah, yeah, I think that I would roll Blanky. Aditya, thanks a lot for joining. Doku or Foden? For me, it's Doku just because I think that he's safer for minutes. But that's it pretty much. MK, don't really feel Gakpo as my 7 attacker. Should I go Saka or someone else? If so, who should I go for? Already have Rogers, Foden, Shade on a free. I don't think that I would go for Saka on a free. At least that's what I would do. I would like to go against Saka because he's playing against Chelsea away, not an amazing fixture. Uh, so you have Rogers, Foden, Shade, and Salah on a free. Other than that, I mean, it depends. If you have a different defense, you could go for Doku, you could go for Cherky, but probably you have O'Reilly and Haaland, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would go for Gakpo personally, but yeah, if you don't want to go for Gakpo, Semenyo could be okay. But again, I would not go for Semenyo on a free hit anyway. Start Sanchez or Dubravka. Dubravka against Brentford, Sanchez against Arsenal. I think that I would start Sanchez, honestly. Although he's playing against Arsenal, at least it's at home. And I just don't trust Burnley defense to keep a clean sheet. So yeah, I could be totally wrong, but I think that I would start Sanchez. So you could go also for someone like Bruno Fernandes or Mbeumo MK if you don't want to go for Gakpo, but I don't know. I think that I would go for Gakpo on free hit. Other than that, you don't have a lot of options. You have Morgan Gibbs White, you have someone like Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest, but they are not that exciting on a free hit, I would say. You could go for someone like Barnes if you want to go super different, but again, I'm not sure if I would go there. So, yeah. Let me make sure my team is. Any leaks? Not yet. I'm checking. Virgil, Munoz, Anderson, Senesi, which three to start? Again, Anderson is against Tottenham, so probably I would not start him. Yeah, Virgil van Dijk, Munoz, Senesi. As you can see, also my three starting defenders. Yeah, I would not start Anderson. I think I had any of those. No leaks yet. No leaks yet. Somebody just send me a team. Let's see. La Pulga. Yeah. Virgil, Senesi, Collins. Really nice. Triple Captain Haaland. Nice. Good luck to you. Yeah, it doesn't feel great benching Sar, but probably I would start Semenyo, Gakpo, Minte, and Mbeumo ahead of him. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably I would start Sar. Yeah, that's how I would do. Also La Pulga. Yeah, good team. $26 likes. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's try to reach to 30 until this stream is going to end. Muhammad Arham, thanks a lot for joining. Semenyo Tushade, Rogers. For a free transfer or on a free? For free, I would not sell Semenyo. I would just start him. Sar over whom? Yeah, I would not. If you're Adia La Pulga, I would just not start Sar probably in that team, although it doesn't feel great. Semenyo to Shade, Rogers. No, for free. If you're on a free, I would have Shade or Rogers, yes. But if you just want to use a free transfer, I would just start Semenyo. I hope that he's going to start, and I think that he's going to start. So I don't think that it's worth to sell Semenyo to Shade Rogers. If you really want to sell to one of them, probably I would sell to Rogers, but I just think that Semenyo is better than almost both of them, let's say. Um, so yeah. 3 minutes till the deadline, no leaks. Yeah, am I Am I having grinders first on the bench or Alderete against Bournemouth? Probably I'm going to risk it with grinders, honestly, so yeah. Bench 1, Welbeck, Semenyo, Enzo, and Rice. So to bench 1, I would between it would be between Enzo and Rice. Uh, I would bench Enzo, I think, and play Rice. I would go for the better team, I think, slightly. Um, all right, matey. Thanks for the suggestion. Good luck this game. Good luck, Mr. Blanky. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. For Surd, sorry for omitting your question. Hi, Dennis. Thoughts on Caicedo and Njay this weekend? I think that Njay is a good pick this weekend. Caicedo, again, he's going to get to defensive contributions probably against Arsenal, so he's a decent pick as well. So yeah, should I play 3 Crystal Palace players or play Anderson for Sar? No, I would play Anderson from Nottingham Forest. I think that I would play Sar. If you have Crystal Palace players, I think that I would play them against Man United. But if you want to spread the risk a little bit, yeah, you could play Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. So we are 1 minute till the deadline and we didn't get anything, any leaks. So yeah, my triple captain is active. Yeah, sorry guys about that, but in the latest periods we're not getting early leaks anymore, so yeah. Enzo or Njaye to start? Njaye for sure. I would start Njaye. Muhammad. He has the better fixture, so I would start Njaye from Everton. Make sure you lock your team, guys, because there's just 1 minute till the deadline. Um, all right, good luck, bro. Thanks a lot, Biplov Tapa. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. We're going to remain here for a little bit after the deadline is over to see some teams also for Man City. Uh, we are locked in, I think. The deadline is passed. Let me just see here. Yeah, we are locked in, guys. Gaming 13 of Fantasy Premier League, another deadline stream over. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining. I'm going to still be here to see the teams for Manchester City, for Bournemouth. This was my team for this gaming. Triple Captain Haaland. Hopefully everything is going to work well. Good luck, everyone. If you're on a freight, if you're triple captaining, if you're not on a chip, good luck. Have a nice weekend. Raul also, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate the support on this stream. Was huge, was amazing. And yeah, let's just see. I'm really curious to see how the team is going to look like for Manchester City. Now, for all those who activated their fleet, hopefully all these players are going to be benched, but yeah, not going to happen. Just a second, guys. Good luck all. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to Twitter. Let's see. Hopefully Semenyo is going to play for me. I just can't take another game week where Semenyo is not going to start for me. Everybody is using their feeds for Gaming 13, so I am a little bit scared for how wrong this gaming could go. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, now we wait for the team news. This was a long stream, guys. Yeah, can't wait to eat some after this stream is going to end, not going to lie. And yeah, we're going to see each other again on Tuesday on another stream. And until that, I need to figure it out what I'm going to do with my team. I have 2 free transfers for Gaming 14. And yeah, probably I want to get rid of Reinders. That would be a start. That would be a start. Yeah, this was my team. 26 likes. Thanks a lot, guys, for your support. Good luck to everyone. This was a really nice stream. And yeah, thanks everyone for turning up. Really appreciated. And yeah, a question from me, maybe for you. Would you like these streams to be earlier than the deadline? Or do you prefer the stream to be right before the deadline, with 2 hours before the deadline, like I usually do? Now, obviously, for everyone, it depends on your timeline or on where are you watching from. Again, the timetable is pretty much different for everyone. But yeah, just a question for me. Would you prefer to have these streams earlier and not before the deadline? It's just a curiosity. Merang Govung, thanks a lot for joining. I'm from Romania. Where are you from? Where are you from, guys? If you wanna play this game, yeah, everyone just drop in the chat the country you're from where are you watching me, and yeah, thanks a lot for doing so. I'm from Romania, a medium sized country in Europe, if you heard about it. Um, yeah, let us see the Man City team. Nagaland. Hopefully I pronounced that okay. India. Nice, nice. And which hour is there in India right now? Love cooking and listening to your video. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Merang. Really appreciate the support. Uh, and yeah, you're even more far away from the UK, from the Premier League than me. So nice, nice, nice dedication. Really appreciate the support and you watching my content. Oscar Bob is not in the Man City match day squad. Yeah, no, no, not a lot of implications in FPL. Jeremy Doku starts. Jeremy Doku starts. So 7 p.m. now. Okay, so it's pretty close to me. It's pretty close to our time frame. Here is 3 p.m. in Romania. So Doku starts, guys. If you're um, having him on the frit, good news for you. Doku is starting for Manchester City. As expected, I would say. Now let's see if there are going to be some surprises about Man City. Doku starts. Mm-mm-mm. Doku starts. In 3 minutes, we should have the full lineup for Manchester City. For Bournemouth, I really hope that Semenyo is starting. I really hope that Semenyo is starting. Right, Bournemouth are playing at the same time, right, as Man City, if I'm not wrong. Let me just check it. Yeah, it's Brentford also against Burnley and Sunderland, Bournemouth. The 3 games are going to be, God, I really hope that Semenyo is starting, or he's not in the squad at all, and hopefully Reinders could be starting. That would be also great for me. Yeah. So we have just Doku. 2 minutes till we see the whole team. Come on, Semenyo. Come on. Come on, don't disappoint me, Semenyo. I'm really nervous right now. Honestly, I was really confident about Semenyo starting, but right now I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a little bit nervous. Nervous. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Come on, come on. Come on, Semenyo. So, Man City. Haaland, Doku, Foden, Reinders is starting. Good news for me, I guess. He's the first on my bench. Nico Riley, Nunes, Diaz, Guardiol. Yeah, no surprises here. Cherky is on the bench. So, sorry if I recommended anyone to go for Cherky. Yeah, he's on the bench. Sunderland, Alderete is back in the team, which is good news for me, for the future at least. And Kelleher, Collins, Van den Berg, Otara, Thiago Schade, no surprises for Brentford. Semenyo is starting. Let's go. Let's go. Semenyo messaged me. He is starting. Good, good. I feel like this week is going to be the week where Reinders, the first player on my bench, is going to score 2 goals or something like that. So yeah, but I've got Semenyo, which is good. Which is good. Tavernier, Diakite, Krupi Juniors is on the bench. Clivert is on the bench. So yeah, let's go. Finally, a week where all my starting 11 players are going to start. Hopefully, let's see. Okay, so we covered. No, not a lot of surprises for these games. It's just probably Cherky who is not starting, and Ryan is starting instead of him. Um, yeah. Okay. I think that's it. We're going to end it here. This was a really, really long stream. Thanks a lot, guys. Every one of you for joining. Really appreciated. 3 hours and a half, something like that. A huge, a huge stream. I would say. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for your support, for liking this stream, for enjoying it. Yeah, leave a like on your way out, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It was a pleasure for me to talk with you, and yeah, we're going to see each other real soon on another stream on Tuesday, and hopefully for some content between that. But yeah, the deadlines, turnarounds are going to be really coming really thick and fast at the moment. So yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. Good luck in this game week. If you're free hitting, if you're using your triple captain, good luck to everyone. Hopefully you're going to have a nice week in FPL. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. Have a nice day. Thanks again for joining. And yeah, I'm going to see you next time. Bye.